How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Both teams ready? Hold on a second, dude. No way. No way. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good one. It's your boy. It's your time lost proto thief here. How you guys doing? Hope you guys saw the clip. It kind of made rounds in places. I was surprised by it too. Honestly, I didn't expect for that clip to go as big as it did. Hey. Getting on now. Rick hitting me up immediately like, yo, we're doing it. So yeah, how you guys all doing? Hope everybody's having a good one. Yeah, last couple of days have been awesome. Really cool. I had so many people reach out to me, just like congratulating me on like the mount and stuff. Yeah, I've been staying off of, because I posted a clip on Twitter and it like blew up, got reposted a bunch of places, and I decided I'm just gonna stay off of Twitter as best I can. Привет, друг, здорово, Кобрия. Ты увидел клип мой или нет? But yeah, I've been staying off of Twitter as much as I can because I know it's just gonna be like just blasting me with dopamine the entire time, and да, it's a deal. Yeah, the clip, it just will drive my ego. Like my ego would just inflate like a balloon. So I've been just trying to like minimize it as best as I can. It's been awesome. I try to answer to so many messages, man. I got people from Discord that I've used to play with years ago that are reaching out to me that somehow saw the clip, because again, we got passed around in places, and it's crazy. It's actually been kind of awesome. I've been able to reconnect with a couple people over that clip too, so it's been really cool. And I'm now a proud owner of a timeless proto. Not on EU. On EU, we're just a humble spectator. No mounts on this one, but on an A though, yeah. I was playing on PTR, and it sounds like they gave that mount, and maybe this has just always been a thing, but there's like this timey-wimey sand, like a bronze dragonflight sound when you summon it now. I don't know if that's new or not, but it's definitely pretty unique. Let me get the music up and running here in just a second, and games are ready. Johnny and Plush, are you guys all both ready? Because Plush says, I think both teams are ready. Okay, we'll just send it, I guess, yeah? Johnny, just hit me up. Just double checking. Just double checking. Let me also get some music going here too. That'll work. Bro, the TOPD video, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, man. I made a little, I don't do shorts, but I made a little short on it specifically, because I thought, like, it's a short video, I might as well make it into a short. I tried it, I'm not great at editing them, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. I wanted to make sure that if you missed it on YouTube, because we were playing on, look, hold on, because we actually, if you haven't seen the clip, we actually have it, like, I have a whole scene with, like, the actual clip of what happened in the background here. So if you missed out that, what is it, Wednesday stream when we got them out? I think it was Wednesday. Or was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. I'm not sure actually. But yeah, I killed a couple of hordes and we're camping it. The guy in the horde actually reached out to me. He's a really nice guy. He took it like a champ, honestly. He was mad until he found out who that was me that got it. Yeah. This, by the way, was not on purpose at BM. I was actually just trying to take a look at the mount. I was walking back to like the original because I wanted just to look at the mount, because I was just trying to figure out like, wait, did I actually get it? It just did not hit me in my brain like, wait, I have the mount. I was so excited. I was running to the dead body just to confirm in my head, wait, that thing is dead. It is mine. Nice double kill. I was luck, 100% luck. I literally immediately, I locked on. I started my route to like look for the mount, and it was right there. I was lucky to log in when I did. It was insanity. But yeah, that's the clip if you guys haven't seen it. Music is loud. That's my bad. Yeah, anyway, what I was trying to say just now, there's a good chance you didn't hear me. I got lucky. Super lucky. Super lucky. Alrighty, let's get some 5V5 1v1s in here, boys. Blush and Johnny boy. 5 in the grand. Did I mess up? Plush? I probably messed up the name Johnny Boy, didn't I? JOHNNYBOII. What did I mess up? The grand? I got that right. Plush. I'm also running on 2 hours of sleep, so I'm trying to figure out what did I spell wrong in your names. Since I don't have a target, any of you on offline by chance? Is Johnny online? Johnny's online. Plush? Is it Plush? I think we'll do... No, you guys are both on. Okay, something's on my end. Guys game's passing out. Mine says different version of the game. Oh, weird. I'll give it a sec. Then we doing EU 2 days in a row, I think. Yeah, so I'm thinking we do 2 days of EU back to back. Last week we tried NA. It wasn't really getting up off the ground. I said, why Dala? Both groups are full, I think. Can invite him or see what character he's on? Well, for me, Johnny's on... Oh, Johnny's offline now. I think he's relogging. Okay. He's back. We'll try it again. Worked. I think the relog maybe fixed it. Not really sure, but I appreciate you boys. I appreciate you for being patient. Yeah, also Call of Duty, at the moment you said you're alive. What was that group listed? Wait, we got the Smirshka in here? Yo, let's go. Talk season? Oh my god. Dude, Talk's been trying to play some games. He barely got to play any last week, but finally he's getting a chance to play. Sai, is it? Baby, the man is back. The king is back. Oh my. We are idiots, boys. Yo, are we really gonna put Jay and Colby and Ketum on the same team as Saya? Like, who's gonna compete? Actually, you know what? I think Lemon Roll has a pretty good chance for it. I think Monk could do it. Toxic, I feel like this man out here, dude. I like his whole set. Like everything about this green set. Love every part of it. We got us Jareem here as well. We got us Alois going back in with Nasmishka. I love that manga. Dude, the blood fake. Have you seen the recolors, chat? Chat, have you seen the recolors? The blue and the black blood fake sets? They look clean. Rogues are eating so good with our recolors, man. I mean, they basically took like the TBC variation of like the darker, purple dark. This one is more black than purple, like dark purple compared to the TBC one, isn't it, dumb? But we're eating good. Saya looking like for Frames Radiance Paladin. Immediate blessing of protection. As just trying to see if we can dodge the damage out of Nasmishka. As the rogue looking for the reset. Dawn Light is gonna hurt though. That's, oh my god, the dot damage is painful. Looking for advantage, but can't really stay in stealth for long. It's gonna go for a step stun, but after Saya, I think got him locked down. Unless he goes for a trinket, Searing Glare. Goes in for a trinket, trying to go for a landing kick, but it's gonna get blinded out. It's gonna go for getting to the advantage with a meld, or not a meld. With a Shadow Blades, trying to see if he can make some kind of a play here with some damage. Saya still continuing to pump out numbers at this guy. And this Mishka may be looking for a reset, does go for a Melt Club, but does not get to sit in stealth for long. Slow out for Saya with a blind to follow. Good trinket, doesn't choose to do so. This Mishka needs something to catch a reset. Next stun is going to be deadly. That Consecration Slow is brutal. No outs for him. And that's going to be a fresh new Dawn Light. Even if the rogue escapes, unless he can get himself a heal for that Dawn Light, I don't know what he can really do. Trying to see if he can make some kind of a damage play versus Side. She dead to follow, but the Paladin hammers him down and hammers home another victory under his belt. Should have been a TBC or Wrathlish recolor set tier 2 again. You know, that actually would have been a great idea, Jake. I am hoping that, dude, I'd be okay if they went and remastered like TBC, some of the class TBC sets, and even Wrath sets. I'd be okay with it remastered, kind of like how they remastered like the tier 2 sets. I'll be cool with it. Personally, would be really cool with it. I'm good with that. I think that'd be sweet. I'm okay with that. You know, that would also be a controversial one if they took the tier 3, the ones that you can only get on the auction house, right? Black market auction house. Imagine if they brought those back as a remaster version that everybody could get. That would be super controversial. I don't know if they would do that, but I am liking the fact that we got more recolors. There's apparently supposed to be a purple Paladin one that we never got so far. There's some people that are like, wait, where's the cool one? Like, I like what we got, but where's the cool one? Full start onto Eloise. Let's go for a trick and looking for a bit of reset. Is going to be a complete outsky out of that one. Messiah, he is right now in an advantage, trying to see if he can keep the chase versus Eloise. Just needs a little bit of dot damage. Eloise needs some kind of a setup. Big stun. Hunt just flies up in the air, trying to avoid a lot of damage from Saya. Saya staying down below, trying to see if he can just play damage here. And those hammers are doing the work, though. Oh my. Got kind of low on health. So the damage of Demon Hunter was starting to build up little by little, but it just wasn't enough. When tier 3 so bad, a remaster of it, yo, same. Imagine, yo, hold on, because tier 3, like the bone scythe rogue armor is the best looking thing in the world, man. Imagine what demon hunt, like imagine if they took that like aesthetic and applied it for a monk demon hunter. You know what I mean? For a evoker, there's some cool stuff they could do with it. Like a Kel'Thuzad set, but an evoker with mail armor, that'd be sick. Bone, you know what? Take a Syndragosa, you know, like a bony frosty undead dragon, and make that into an armor set for them. That'd be so sick. Full missiles out for Jareem. Dude, this chat right now, we are out here doing duels, competing, watching Jareem, trying to see if we can topple down Saya if at all possible, while coming up with some fantastic manga ideas for Blizzard. So, probably not the best place to do this. I might just do that as a separate video full of ideas. Big damage on the side. Let's go for Leon Hands. There's a massive touch of the magic still. Jareem might just have to go for block here. Missiles still continue to flow out of him. But the damage he's taking is a lot. Doesn't go for greater invis. He's going to have to go for a block. That is so much damage out of the mage, but also so much damage taken, as the paladin can just put up a dawn light and let it just melt the other guy down. I would pay for that. It look good. I feel like somebody... Look, I'm not gonna put an idea for Blizzard to like put it up for like $5 a pop or anything. You know what I mean? Like $1 a mog, maybe. I think that'd be pretty fair, right? Get the full set for what? How many classes do we got? 12, 13? Maybe a discount of 10? Something like that, you know what I mean? Maybe. I feel like that would be pretty dystopian though. Make it something you earn in game. I feel like eventually we are gonna get to that state. But that is gonna be massive damage out for Saya. I love the side chat as we get. Seraphon's Carapace and Evoker is a W idea. I thought so too. Lemon rolls second to last, as Saya still continues to be the reigning champion of the 1v1 combat, man. Oh, I actually like your enchant. The Shah enchant on the Flames Radiance weapons actually fits so well. I always kind of felt disappointed by that Shah enchant from Mop Remix. Like, it's just not quite Shah, you know what I mean? Like, when I think of Shah, I think of these, like, void-like, smoky monstrosities, twisted and corrupted. But getting this, like, little light, like, shimmer on your weapon just doesn't feel very Shah to me. Mad damage on the Saya, maybe looking for a bubble. Oh, doesn't even get a chance. Oh, Lemon just toppled the king. The king has fallen. Which of his subjects is going to avenge him? Jay is going to be up next on standby. Lemon just came in for an absolute sweep. I'm sure Saya is going to want to get some payback later down the line from him. But that was amazing, dude. Monk's burst damage is actually wild. With Jay trying to see if he's going to set up back to the Arcane roots, man. I want to see if he's going to actually play Arcane a lot tonight, or if he's going to switch back to Frost, because I feel like him on Frost is a deadly combo. Try to see if he can start with barrages off of Lemon off the bat. Lemon knows he's going to get slowed down, so he needs to find a way to save a lot of his movement, because playing around a mage with blinks and shimmers and resets and altars, like, it's so very much like it can be a chess match. So if you can stay mounted to close the gap with Jay, force that blink first, or in cap, that's perfect too. Get some souls, get a root. Right? There goes an Oct, that's a counter mobility. You blink, you can counter with another mobility. That sprint does the job. Trying to go for a kick, doesn't quite connect. Poly out for Jay. He stops a lot of the damage from Lemon. That's an opportunity for Jay to go for a full Evo with an Arcane Surge. Could potentially be a ton of damage. Does go for a potentially massive setup here with more missiles. Mad burst, Karma. Hold on, Jay actually bringing in the heat right now. Oh my god! Jay is bringing back the heat. You can just give Arcane Mages like an 8% buff here, 4% buff there, bunch of talent buffs here and there, and they're back, baby. My god. Looks like that Mythic Plus buffs do translate pretty well into PvP. With Toxie looking to lock down this Arcane Wizard, trying not to give him any chance to recover, is going to be a poly as Jay's still bleeding out, but not too badly. Toxie does get himself a decent setup with his coins. If he can get himself that Tails coin for a bunch of cosmic damage, a couple of crits in there too, that'd be beautiful. Try to see if he can stay on top of Jay. Jay looking to avoid him, does go for the Novas. Poly does not connect. Vanish out for the Rogue. Cheap Shot does have a shiv available. That could be potential lots of damage. Jay does not have a block this time. Massive in Venom. Just needs one more. The dots will do it. Oh, Toxie, dude. What is this burst damage out of everybody? First, it is just going to be Saya blasted out with massive. What is it called? The Roomba of Death, the Celestial. Just the pulsating. And then it's just straight up just the Arcane Mage popping off, and now Toxie toppling him down into a full succubus. You see Cobra setting up a, oh wait, what? Whoa. How did that succubus break? I'm sorry? I don't know how that succubus broke. That still is gonna feed him one bolt. Shadow Fury, do you have a second bolt? It might not even matter. Toxie is extremely low. Yeah, Toxie is just like, yeah, it's over. Actually, it's over. Cloak of Shadows? Or no? Or no? Yeah, Toxie is gonna have to sit and stealth for a while and catch a full reset. Kidney immediately is gonna be a succubus. The smoke bomb stops it in place though. That is gonna be a wall right after pulling the succubus out. Shiv does connect into a full death mark onto Cobra. Unless you can somehow break it. Yo, that's succubus. Oh, this might be the end of you. Cheat death is no longer available. Oh, the infernal. Yeah, that is just a ton. The lockdowns for Warlock are massive. Saya picking up 3, but the king does get toppled. I love how Saya just came out just like blasting, and then it's just like you guys burst in at the end there. Oh, dampening high enough? Let's burst. Bastard, yo, Saya. That came out of left field though, my guy, right? Let's get another one going here. Let's just go again. Johnny, let me know when you're good, and we'll just send it. And we'll rotate the groups. Ready? Beautiful. Yes, I can. Also, Rick, I will let you know when we get spots too, man. Both Rick as well as Judy want to join in. So we'll try to see if we can get him a spot when we get a moment here. What's up, Vile? How you doing, my guy? I'll go with Vile. You know, make it that much easier. I can do it with Baron, but I'll just go with Vile, man. How you doing? Oof, yo, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Also, yeah, after the stream, today is a pretty good day for me to chill. I'll be working on some videos. If you got any questions regarding like the upgrade system, tonight would be a pretty good time to like, I have quite a bit of free time to like go over it with you if you want me to, man. But yeah, it's definitely like it's a really good system, right? It just, if you're not familiar with it from Dragonflight, it is a very good system for gear upgrades. It's like in the best spot it's been right now. It's really cool. And I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, cool. So just reach out to me. Just reach out if you got questions or specifics, and I can just go over some of the basics. Yeah, but the whole like Valor Stones, how do you get those? Crests, where do you get those? Yeah, I'll set you straight. You can get a lot of those just through delves. Dungeons, I think, are going to be more efficient. Once they uncap currencies too, that's going to be really good. That's for sure. How many duels are we at now? 10, 610, 620, 623. Jesus, dude. A lot of duels, boys. That's a lot of duels. Which file's good, perfect. Yeah, I'm just like really insanely bad with names, so like when I see it's so much easier. Like when I see a name, I can go with that. Either works though, yeah. Cat, I'm gonna be first up. I love the fox mount, by the way. I feel like not enough people ride these or appreciate the way they look. There's a Legion edition too. I like him. They look so good. It's gonna be open or bind this Mishka on the side, avoiding the trap. It's gonna go for a trinket. Cat might be in a bit of trouble. That is a lot of damage out for the rogue. The hunter just tried to stay calm, collected, but main you to panic, try to go for a stun, but the stun by the bird does get dodged. I honestly thought that's actually kind of weird in my head. And normally, like intimidation, normally you have a pet that charges at you, and dodging intimidation makes sense, but dodging like a bird that hits you from above, I feel like that should still stun, but I think they just did it for consistency. It's just the way that it works is very weird. This Mishka though does get a reset and a full reset for Kedem. Kedem actually only used Exil here. So he used Exil and his stun and didn't use a trinket. So that's huge. This Mishka out of a trinket. So this gives Kedem an advantage as long as you have an out versus the rogues. Let's go. You should be good. My shield broken 0-1 seconds. Jesus. Yeah, it is just a lot of damage. They did buff monks a couple of times. They nerfed some of those like outlier bursts, but I think they really wanted to make that kind of one of the Celestials a very strong playstyle. So yeah, it is pain. Probably should have bowled the monks burst immediately. At that point, like, I think normally you try to like really maximize your defensives, but yeah, I think the mug just kind of spiked out of left field though. Like, to be honest, looking back at it, it was like, wait a second, I'm fine, I'm not fine. By the time you realize it's over, mad damage out for Kedem. Look at that, this Mishka just absolutely melting, still out in the open in another rapid fire. I think he's just dead. One more hit is all he needs. Stun, does he get it? Black arrow, not enough to kill the rogue. Cheating death. Cheap shot right after. Oh, but the explosive already hits him. Does burn a trinket for it, but does take out the rogue. The damage that marksmanship hunters can do it. That's another spec that's also been nerfed a bunch for burst. They still could just pop off. Like a good setup. My god. Full freeze. Eloise does burn a trinket for Kedem. Main to play super carefully. Just need to find a way to kite out Eloise as best as possible. Does go for a stun from a distance. Eloise looking for a set of fear onto Kedem. Does get knocked. Looking for that line of sight for a pillar. Still has access to the defenses, but will need to get a meta set up with a stun. Volley down. Should be able to see Eloise. Might need to pop a defensive here unless it's just over. Yeah, the volley to rapid fire, man. Once it catches you, if any of that crits when you're super low, there's just not much you can do. Freezing trap waiting for Lemon. And get him looking for a camo. Got himself a clean one. Got himself such a clean one, dude. It's kind of cool that Marksman does not need a pet anymore. Normally, I feel like when you have a pet, it's a little bit harder to land a camo because, like, if the pet gets dotted or hit by AoE, it'll bust you out immediately. But, like, the fact that you were just out in the open on your own, no need for a pet anymore, but still have the same pet utility, it is huge. Does get himself a rapid fire with an aim shot. Lemon landing a quick in cap. Does get a lockdown stun onto Lemon. Does go for a trinket. Kedem needs something here. Does go for a CC chain. Just as long as he can kite out Lemon, not let him close the gap, he'll be fine. Celestial is huge damage. Does go for a turtle shell. That is the most damage out of a monk, even though this images are on Kedem. So it's not all him in images, but it's just enough damage. Just winning just 2 images with Zuena on you, volley down, but Lemon making sure to avoid it, even making sure to back away from the pillar as best as he can. He not only is he going for line of sight, but also the distance. Rapid fire still do connect. Catches a quick in cap. Does he have a leg sweep? He does. For Kedem, does have pet sack. That's gonna help him out. Son still taking so much damage. Karma to follow. Freezing trap right after. Avoiding the images. That is some work right there. Do you have another CC chain for Lemon is the question. Does have a double tap. That is a huge burst available. As long as you can get some of those damage in, that'll be fine. Knocked up in air, so you kind of limit to what you can do. Does get stunned up really, really short. Kedem go for aim shots. He needs more of those. Does go for a stun. Lemon could be in a lot of trouble right now. This could be the end of the monk right now. One more black arrow could be the end. Does get away, but do you have a volley around the pillar? Wait, why are you so low on health? I think Battle Masters ran out. A kill command. Kill shot would have been it. Volley down. Rapid fire. Doesn't matter. I think it's over. Just pelt it down. Arrows in the back of your head. It's just over. My God. Kedem catches the quick camo. Does he get caught out? He does. Jareem with an aggressive trinket. Looking for the kill. He's smelling blood in the water. Trying to see if he get a setup. That is a very aggressive trinket, but I think he realized that if I let Kedem run amok here, this boy, he just gonna be causing trouble for too many. Brent does get aggressive here. Full arcade surge right after Kedem. Does he have an answer? Does go for Exil. That's about all you got. Actually, Warlock Hellstone, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, Jareem. Kedem was left worn out after those duels, but going through and toppling not only a Subrog, but a Windwalker. That is some work. Plush just out here with an umbrella. I like that set. Oh, did you get the new size? Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, man, that looks so good. Dude, the katanas and the size and the nunchucks, that looks so sick. I feel like we need monks using these things at all times. I feel like monks should be required to use nunchucks eternally, dude. You know what I mean? Nunchucks and Bruce Lee Mog, dude. That's all you're allowed for this month. Not allowed on any other set. Could you do turtle and regeneration? Turtle, yes, but regeneration, what do you mean? Like Exil? I mean, I guess you could burn the two, but I guess you would want to really separate the two, honestly. Depends what you mean by regeneration, the West. How to react to bursts when someone could react to Jayhawk, use an ice block and remove the karma. Oh yeah, dude, oh yeah. Yeah, last duel, yeah. That was definitely a very, very like greedy move by mages though. When they see a karma, you block it, come out of it immediately. That usually you do that when you're like, you know you're gonna win. Plush is trying to see if he can avoid Jareem. Does pick up the eyes, so far still alive. And Plush did commit offensive cooldowns, but Jareem survived him just fine. I wasn't even like calling and commentating that whole duel. He just went for greater invis. I did burn a block though, however, so he is going to be behind on some major cooldowns. Gouge for Plush, who is a sub-rogue. Blink out for Jareem, able to lock him down. Needs to make sure that secret technique does work, but blinking away from the secret avoids the shadowed images. The duel, that initial shadowed damage. Jareem with an altar does get himself lots of health to work with. GFA does a ton of damage, but Jareem may still be in a lot of trouble. The rogue is relentless, not giving him a moment to catch a breather with Toxie. Gonna be up next, playing out the assassination. Plush left with not a lot of health and without a trinket, so for Toxie, she'd be able to do something here. Cheap shot about Plush as Toxie tried to phantomize him out in the open. Into a full disarm. Plush trying to see if he can get himself some damage on Toxie, but he's much of a hit and run spec, so he's just trying to see if he can get out of there. But I think with Toxie bleeding him up, I think it's over, right? Dude, look at a gouge into an ambush, into a cheap shot. Bro, gouge not breaking damage immediately is some work, Blizzard. It's basically another stun. It is basically another stun, and that's a full bleed set onto Plush. Cheat dead, but couldn't cheat. The blades, Jayhawk immediately out there, flurries down onto Toxie, who's immediately going in for them Garrotes, trying to see if he can lock down Jay. Back to that Frosty Mage this time around instead of Arcane. That's going to work out for him really well. It's going to be full Meteor, but a Cloak of Shadows keeping the Rogue alive. Full Deathmark onto Jay, trying to see if he can get a block out of him. Goes in for a Vanish. It just goes in for Envenoms. Oh, Jay's still dead. Holy, that Envenom play. What was that damage? What was that burst? I feel like his health bar just absolutely disappeared. It's like he cast a Great Reverse on his health bar. And he's the wizard in these duels. He's trying to see if he can get him some setup. But the Garrotes, man, the Garrotes silencing him out completely. You can't cast, you can't say a word until Kingsbane right after. It's a matter of time, Jay. Kingsbane is going to be the enemy, I think. Yeah, a couple of poison throws in there. And Cobre trying to see if he can get a setup. Blind instantly. Trying to see if he can walk away. Succubus trying to catch him, but doesn't quite do it. So this gives Toxie a forced reset here. That is massive for him right now. Needs a bit of a reset. Needs a bit of a sippy. Xander regen, I guess you could actually, yeah. The problem with Xander, it'll break to physical damage. While you turtle, you are deflecting damage, but still it could be like, well, technically you're getting attacked. I think when you bubble and you're immune, you're not, like, you can't be hit by anything. But turtle, I don't think you're immune, you just deflect damage. But still, it kind of like connects, but then kind of fades away from you. You know what I mean? It all depends how it's coded, really. It really depends how it's coded. Big Inferno down Toxic, Mortical, Kobe making sure the Toxic does not escape this at all. Full lockdown, unless he can have himself an escape, I think it's over. Yeah, with the Chaos Mother barreling him down behind the pillar, nothing he can do. I think it's twice now that Kobe hasn't really got to really play, quote unquote, but he's got to do some finishing work, finishing touches there. Twice against Toxic, I think those should need a proper 1-in-1 duel, a bit of a rematch. Alrighty, both Plush as well as Johnny. Let me know when you boys are ready. We'll get another one going. And if I know you guys need more bodies, let me know, because I got some homies on standby that'll look at for more games. That'll look at to join in. That is a good question, though. I think we need to have somebody test the regen with Turtle. That would be, because we haven't seen a lot of like Hunter Zandalari action. But my hunch is because the deflect and not an immunity, it technically will treat it like, oh, you're taking damage, so it cancels out your regen. But immunity means like nothing can bypass this immunity. You're immune. It never even touches you. Technically, yeah, that's at least my guess. And you know about a professional WoW player, how it's coded. I have no idea, dude. It really comes down to, I think we've rarely seen Zandalari, you know, do the, what am I trying to say? Rarely seen Zandalari for punchers. So it's not like we have a lot of situations where we can test it. Ready? Beautiful. We'll send you guys into a Rook, I guess? No. Tolviron. 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 It's like Ricola, but not quite. Broom seed. Okay. We give him a sec. Yeah, give him like a minute, and if he doesn't come back in a minute, maybe swap him out. Jareem, if you are in chat, we're gonna give you a moment to come back, but if not, we will swap you, but we will get you back in when we got our first spot, okay? You'll get priority pick back in. How did that sound? Hopefully he's in chat. If he isn't, somebody let him know. Give him like good 2 minutes. Give him solid 2 minutes. And then we can, like, you know, swap some stuff or whatever. Yeah, trying to Oblivion Remastered. I want to, Christers. I've been aching to play Oblivion. I grew up, dude, with that game. Bro, first time I got Oblivion, I was at a GameStop. My mom, like, we weren't, it was me, my brother, and my mom, right? We were never really well off. Like, you're just, you know, struggling, but surviving. Barely have much money for little, like, nice things here and there. Had enough, like, okay, you can get one game at a GameStop, right? Looking for a game. Some dude, bald head, smells like piss. I'm looking at a game, trying to pick between Two Worlds and Oblivion. Never played an Elder Scrolls game before, at all. He tells me Oblivion is shit, Bethesda is shit, play Two Worlds, that is the real shit. I immediately took Oblivion. That dude, I felt like, all right, this guy that smells like piss probably doesn't have the best life decisions. I'm just gonna go with the opposite. Best choice of my life. Thank God that man was there for 2 seconds. It was absolutely repulsive. He's back. Let's go. We'll get you guys in here. Yeah, so I grew up with that game, man. Loved it. I want to play it. I believe it is goated, dude. Even though I really want to play the remaster. The problem is I just haven't been able to find free time. I've been swamped. I've been busy. I mean, the clip that I uploaded of Time Lost Proto Drake, I did it at 5 in the morning because I was just done with my work stuff, with video stuff. I recently got a lot more busier with all the new stuff coming out. 11.15, all the 11.15 updates, little hot fixes here and there. And now we got news over 11.17. I've been trying to find a way to unruin my sleep schedule, to fix it as best as I can. Right now it is broken. I'm awake until like 7 in the morning. I'm doing a lot. So I've been trying. Skyrim is legendary. Skyrim is also really good, yeah. But I believe it. I feel like it definitely has this charm to it. Definitely, both are great, man. Both are good. Even Morrowind I hear is really, really good. I haven't played it, but I've seen videos of people playing on Morrowind, and it's game filled with content. It's very different, but it's like really, really good. All of them are great for their time, for their eras. For the brain worm on the add-on changes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting with the add-on stuff. I think it's gonna be good to like roll back some of the boss mods, but also simplify the fights a little bit. I'm excited to see what that's gonna look like. Honestly. Which. Yeah. Daggerfall also looks like a good game, honestly. I've seen a guy play through Daggerfall. It looks absolutely fantastic. Definitely a game of its own era too, right? Lemon, give it a bit of a rematch versus Ketum, getting hit with the silence of a Chimeric. Try to see if he can go for a tar trap. Does actually connect. Volley down, and it's gonna go for a quick kick into explosive. Oh, that is some work. Wait, you're tricking it? Oh wait, that's actually put you in a bad spot. That could be the end of you. Big black arrows just slamming you back to back to back. Rapid fire slice to whistle get away. Does go for the aim shot. But Lemon does get himself a bit of recovery. He is slowed down to smithereens behind the pillar with that concussive though. And Ketum is forced to just reset behind the pillar. Does go for another camo. Lemon looking for a bit of recovery, but his health is still in a dire straits right now. A single stun could be really bad. Trap right behind him. Biting shot. He knows he's going to get stunned, but that board is huge. That board behind the pillar is actually massive. Ketum tried to see if he can get himself some kind of a decent setup, but Ketum having that board place where it was amazing. Does go for the slow. Yet another rapid fire. Whatever pelting shots, whatever pot shots you can get on Lemon to cut down his health a little is going to be massive. But Ketum out in the open, an opportunity for Lemon to potentially charge in cap and get a setup. That's what he's looking for. He needs to find a way to break past the slows. Ketum making sure to keep his max range there. Stun as he's trying to close the gap. Does get himself an aim shot. Massive damage. In cap does connect. He expects a leg sweep. He's going to get hit with a slow. No leg sweep just yet. Freezing. And Lemon got himself images. Potential loss of damage. This way, Ketum trying to see if he can slow him down. Big rapid fire. Mad damage. Karma to follow Turtle Shell to make sure he doesn't die to the damage. Lemon looking for the full-on reset. Ketum just trying to see if he can bunker down for a moment until he's nice and safe. Binding shot on one side. Lemon is aware of it. Got him some images with Celestial. That's not enough to reach Ketum, however. It's just not really doing the damage he's looking for. Got himself back behind the pillar. Yet another stun. That is also a random puppy dog attacking him. Where's the Chihuahua come from? That's going to be Ketum trying to see if he can get himself the angles. But Lemon is a complete all in retreat. Does get hit with a tar trap. But an in-cap just to hold the hunter back for a second. Looking to stay mobile and stay away from the guy. All Ketum needs is just a good angle, and it might be lights for Lemon. He doesn't have leg sweep for like 10 seconds. He needs a CC chain or something. Ketum, does he get a camo? I don't think he even needs it at the moment. Volley down to try to see if he can catch. Lemon does catch him with rapid fire. Stun as he closes the gap. Aim shot ready to go. Leg. What is that leg sweep? That is the longest leg of my life. What was that range? I think it still might be lights though. Oh, the black arrow connects. Oh, it's so low. Crows are attacking him. I think he just might die to crows. Wait, I think he just died to crows. Freezing trap to stop him. Replace does pick up a massive forward move for a heal and a shield. Aim shot. Black arrows are back in play. Massive rapid fire. Got himself a lock and loader proc. He just needs a volley. Can he connect? Oh, it doesn't even matter. Explosive with an aim shot ends it. That is so much damage. And man, Mr. Fantastic Leg. Yo, for real though. For real though. Silence on Jareem as he tries to go for a CC Jade. Oh, wait, dude. Ketum is on his A game right now. This man is on a ball, dude. Holy. He is a little bit down in defenses, however. Volley does not quite go exactly where he wanted it to, but does get himself a bit of that resetty. And is looking to just completely cut across towards the other side of the pillar. Got himself double tap. Will not be able to get much value. I think might just go for a reset and maybe a camo. If he can get a 100 marker to Jareem, there ain't no way Jareem can even catch any kind of reset, dude. Ain't no way he can invis nothing. I guess you don't really want to invis. You want to use it defensively more than anything. Big rapid fire out for Kedem. Biting shot. Jareem is kind of locked in place. Could go for the blink here. I'm just swapping the wrong person. He got altered, so he's going to be okay. But yeah, that is rough though. That is definitely rough. Wait, question, chat. Didn't they add a mortal strike towards Hunter, by the way? Doesn't aim shot put a mortal strike on people again? Somebody correct me if I'm right or wrong on that. I'm pretty sure they added like a native, like a smaller mortal strike on targets for marksman. Kind of like what aim shot used to do back in the day. I think they reintegrated that back in, didn't they? Because now you don't really use a pet. I remember cooking craft for one was now news to me. Yeah, we don't normally see him do this well, but Kadam is on another level, dude. Kadam is on an absolute another level. Any other person I've seen that's really good on MM, I think Soul Skip was also really insane on MM for like the longest. Is going to be a quick poly sack to or scatter to trade. Jareem pumping himself up full of damage. Kadam being out in the open is not ideal because for Jareem this is full cooldowns. It's going to go for that pet sack, try to dampen some of the damage taken. Big rapid fire onto Jareem. It's just trading damage. Kadam super low in health. Does become some of his own healing with a bit of that exil. But he might be in a bit of trouble here. Turtle Shell is technically available. Missile still somehow connected behind the pillar. I don't even know how. Managed to turtle this. Does go for big damage. Potentially huge output, but Jareem has him super low. Needs a camo, needs something. Freezing trap. Does it gonna give him enough of a reset? He needs food. Dude, one blink barrage. He's still dotted by something. Still getting hit by something. He knows that he could potentially port back to this one spot. Arcana Sphere might disconnect here. What, the disengage? Oh, played chicken with the mage, man. Does get him past the trap. He's gonna go for a stun. I don't know if he has a freezing trap ready. Oh, but Jareem goes long. Scatter does connect. Kadam just trying to get himself a reset. Sitting down for some food as the tar trap is down. Jareem could reset exactly to get on top of him. Freezing trap is the only thing that's really saving him right now. Dusting down for food, so is Kadam. If Jareem goes right and hits a freezing trap, oh, just a few seconds. It's the yard, but just those few handful of seconds may be enough to get him just to recover just barely enough health. Jareem getting hit by silence is looking for that reset or cooldown. See, that's not all the offensive stuff. So for Kadam, this is still going to be a tough one. No more defenses, blocks still available. I think Jareem right now still has a massive advantage. Trinket is up for Kadam. I don't know if that'll be enough for him to maybe like swing out with victory, but maybe. Happy to see Hunters doing well. Hunters, they are pretty good. Marksman has gotten real good. There's a reason why they kept nerfing him for a good bit. They were getting some nasty one-shots for a good while. Biting shot onto Jareem as he picks up the eye. He's going to go for that blink. Kadam still staying in camo is huge. I don't know if he wants to sit down for food. Is that going to break your camo? It doesn't even matter. No, he's just going to go for the reset. 6 minutes into the match, man. That's just the second person over in Team 2. Kadam is not getting those easy matches whatsoever. From Monk to an Arcane Mage is some work. Does go for a volley. Big damage on Jareem. Does get the dot damage. The Puffy Dog Chihuahua thing does connect. Breath as Kadam. Jareem super low. Hold on. Might just go down. Full burst out for Kadam. He's ready. He's ready for the big aim shot. Jareem is in a bit of trouble. Looking for a poly. Does go for a kick. Massive damage. Big volley. Oh, the black arrow connects. The black arrow connects. Who's next? Now Smershka charging in as the rogue is in there. Sitting down for food. Sitting on top of freezing trap. Rogue with a cloak of shadows. That is work as well. As he got himself pet sack, maybe enough here. I don't know if it is. Super low exit last second. Does go for a scatter. Looking for the complete reset away from the rogue. That is going to be a stun. Maybe a trinket out of the rogue. Oh no. Just going to get pelted. Vanish. Almost running into a volley. I don't know if Kadam can do much. Does still see the rogue with a trap set down. Looking for the reset camo. Oh no. Oh no. The camo. And he got a 100 mark on the rogue. No more cloak. Wait, does the Smershka just completely reset it? Yeah, he has to. Kadam just needs to sit in camo. He has his line decided where the rogue is at. He knows exactly where he's at. Just Hunter's marker, that's all you do. Oh, good. Just making sure to refresh it. This Hunter is getting himself such a good reset. Double wall is available. Turtle Shell is back online. Exil about almost a minute until it's back up. True Shot coming online in about 50 seconds. He's got himself a potentially massive blowout setup here. Try to see if he can get the rogue right in the back as he's looking to pick up the eye with the rapid fire right after. Got himself an explosive trap, explosive shot and everything too. Just making a dent into the rogue's elbow pretty early on. All the rogue needs though is a good kidney shot and he'll be golden. Volley down, avoiding it completely. I like how, wait, or no, wait a second, vanish it, never mind, the volley apparently did have him, intro freezing trap, he's trying to get himself a go, intro a trinket, that's going to be kind of with a pet sack, just relying on that alone to live, scatter with a stun himself, has himself one more rapid fire, that thing, it just lights, cheat death, does nothing, cheats a cheating death, holy, he's back up to low health though, there's no shot he can recover again, right, there's no way he can recover again, right. It's a demon hunter. The camera is useless. Luis is going to be able to see him. See right through his guys. It's going to be freezing trap either way. Sitting down for food. Trying to get as much chow as he can. Needs to literally be sitting there on that freezing trap as best as possible. Trinket is back up and available. And is going to try to see if he can actually slow down Luis, who's looking to reposition. Volley down. He's just taking pot shots where he can. He got to get that advantage. Full in prison. Luis took a huge bit of damage though in the opener. Kadam is on a freezing trap, waiting, ready to go. This could be his chance right here, boys. Is that explosive? No, I think it's just immolation aura. It looked like it was explosive on him. Does get a stun around the corner for Luis. That's a proper I-beam. It looked like you kind of... Your I-beam was a little cross-eyed looking there for a second. Or is it just me? Freezing trap with trade on a Sigil of Misery. Turtle Shell as the demon goes for a full meta. For Kadam, he just needs himself a good setup. I don't know if he's got anything left. That is a blur up for Eloise. That is a decent bit of defenses too. At least I think that was a blur. Pretty sure it was a blur. And for Kadam, that's a camo. No way, you got a camo. Eloise sees you though. Spectral Sight, it does slow her movement a little, unless you got a talent for it. But yeah, definitely sees exactly where the hunter is at. Volley down, does get hit with a stun. Rapid fire with a kill shot. Oh my god. That was clean. But Toxie. Literally last one left. Can this man go 5 for 5? He's got no trinket. He's got no turtle. Double wall and exil. Warlock House maybe. True shot is available. He's sitting on a freezing trap. Toxie knows. Yeah, Toxie knows. Trinkets it. Cheap shot right after. Trinkets trades a stun with Toxie. Trying to see if he can get max range. Full damage. Toxie's out in the open. Evasion is available, but he can't really stop that for the moment. That evasion is huge. Kadam got himself trapped, set, and ready to go, but unless he can get line of sight of Toxie, which really he doesn't want line of sight of the guy. Unless he can go behind rapid fire, right? Rapid fire, go behind the pillar immediately like that. Yeah, just get some pelting damage. That's about the best he can do right now. Man, does get a volley, but they cannot connect with Toxie. Yeah, that is rough. That is rough. I think the volley only lets you see him while they're getting hit by volley, for like a few seconds after, but not for much longer. Toxie looking for a reset. Kadam does have himself double tap ready to go. Traps around the corner. Flare down to try to see if he can get Toxie out in the open. Does spot him. Needs to... Oh, that freezing trap perfectly plays. Baited the rogue into a binding shot. Cloak shot is available. Toxie could just cloak it. Oh, no, he doesn't go for it. Aim shot may just be in of you. Hold on a second. Are you bled up? He's dodging to something. Black arrow is killing him. The black arrow might be the end of him. Oh, my work. Holy... Smoke bomb down, you know, Kadam is going to be on a high approach. Does mark him. Phantom Knights to catch him. Quick stun, I think it might be lights. Freezing trap to stop it. Oh, but Toxie's right next to you. He can still stun you. He can still have a go. That is only a gouge. Double tap, rapid fire. Oh, it is just lights. It is the lights. Kadam. Oh my god. Get him, Kadam. Get him, Kadam. 138 million damage. This man popped some numbers in there. Woo! Oh my god! Is that the greatest hunter of EU that I've ever seen? Yo, dude, I want to see... there's another hunter on NA that we have is Heldrock, right? Haven't joined these duels in a second here. But Heldrock was a monster. I actually would love to see, like, if both of them played, because one is EU, one is NA, but if you got on a PTR, no MS, no lag, I'd love to see the two compete against each other. That was amazing. Get another one going. Non-pally hero, dude. We got one. Kadam is a champ. Kadam is the champ. Kadam, are you on Discord? Have I given like a champ role? Because we do give people a champ role when they get like an amazing plays in duels. I want to at least bare minimum give you a champ role if I see you in there. If you write someone in Disc, let me know it's you, dude. I'll just easily give you a champ role. Join the champs. But if you had Dals, that over Sally. How you doing, my man? Show at the bullet, the bullet marksman, the show. We need one for Johnny. Rick, Judy. Judy also we got +1. Yeah, got a spot open. Colbridge, brat, yeah, boss. It is also you boss. So much hate on Pallies. Yo, Pallies, you know, Rogues 2, Saya. Rogues 2, right? Me and you both, man. It's part of our class fantasy at this point. I think hate on paladins because they're everywhere and everybody plays one, right? They're pretty easy to get into, so everybody's gonna play one. You know? Trust me, the one button macro rotation thing that's coming out on 11.1.7 wasn't made for paladin players. Like, you don't need that. It doesn't take a lot of buttons to play paladin, to be fair. Not counting like defenses and stuff, but like rotationally, it doesn't take a lot. It was made for complex classes. Not Beast Mastery, not Paladin, not Frost DK, not Destro Warlock either. I'd say they don't have a lot of buttons. I'm over here logging, sounds good. Group should be listed under Raids Legacy if you guys want to join. Yeah, they're listed. First come, first serve though. One button rotation, button BM edition. Only have one button to begin with. No, seriously, it is literally one button cycle between kill command, barb shot, maybe multi-shot and AoE, and Cobra, and Bestial Wrath. But the GCD thing on it is so slow, it actually cannot respond to procs accordingly. It can't do like Cobra shot, Boar, pack leader combo at all. It can kind of sort of do the black arrow thing okay, like it'll prioritize that above kill command. That's really about all. But dude, yeah, it is literally 5 buttons. It doesn't cycle through a lot. Surprisingly, the one button thing works well for Outlaw. It's not ideal, and it's definitely not going to get like great adrenaline rush up time at all. But it's pretty good. Like, it actually builds and spends comp points rather effectively, and it actually plays pretty well around Roll the Bones. I was surprised by that. How smart it is around Roll the Bones and stuff. Actually surprised. I wanted to try it for Assassination, but they don't have access to Envenom. They literally got like Eviscerate for some reason. They're broken right now. The one button deal is really good for controller players, brain off. I think that's going to be good, yeah, like super casual players, controller, or like if you just need like... Because look, one of the things they wanted to add is like accessibility, and I think it's good for the game to have more accessibility options. They're not making something that is competitive at high end. But like if let's say you have some sort of like a disability, but you always want to play Enhance with Shaman. But Enhance has a lot of buttons for you to press, right? The rotation is like pretty demanding, pretty high pace, and maybe you just don't have the ability to play that spec. Maybe like Beast Mastery is about like best you can do with what you got. But this button does at least let you like enjoy and level and play out in the open world in Enhance with Shaman. And you can live out your fantasy of being an enhancement in like very open world content. You're not going to be taking this thing to Mythic, but like heroic dungeons, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? It'll do the job. Maybe Mythic 0 super casual content, it'll do fine. Delves, like Brand isn't gonna pick on you for using the button. It'll be fine. You know, it's like best mods this week. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, we're good. Plus, are we ready, my man? Are we good? I have an extra slot right here. I can check. Plus, do we need more slots? Are we good, my man? I think Plus said. Oh, Plus, let me know if you're good. Ready? Okay, we're going back in. Let's send you guys to Rook. Take notes. Will do. None right now, but will message you when I find one.
Baby, this is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's a
Don't think it was a decline. Yeah, the spots are very competitive, man. You gotta be immediate with the signups. Last one was fire. I agree. What did we pick up? It was Mies. It was Mies. Yeah, Mies. Your name is so weird, man. Decline me? No way. Yeah, there's no way he would decline you, man. Johnny is too nice. He probably took Mies and then delisted the group. There's no way he declined you. Absolutely no shot. Which? Got ourselves a lemon back in. Yo, is it gonna be kind of? I was gonna say maybe a rematch, but Cobra finally gets to stretch His bony legs, man. His bony, decrepit legs. Doesn't have to go last in a clean duty. He can just go in there and just blast, dropping down Infernal, dropping down a big rock on the man's head. Mortal right after, shrinking to follow as Lemon just trying to stay on top of the Warlock. Gonna be a port, does have the mobility, locking him up against the wall, dude. He pressed him up against the wall. No shot, does end up escaping with the properly placed gateway. Wall was used for the Warlock, sending every defensive stun. Big bolt to follow. Karma right after. Does he just survive it? Just gotta live with the Karma, or just fight through it, or just damage through it. Warlock Helston to recover a ton of health, knocked up in air, got him some plenty of Infernos. That is a lot of passive damage. Slicing Winds does number. And Lemon looking to get back over there on top of Cobra. Just needs to get him low enough to get a touch of death in there. And it'll be golden. Succubus catching the monk though for a second. Do you have the bolt set up? You need one. Oh, that bolt just consumed him, but the man's not with no health. Yo, team 2, is there a chance you can give this man a chance to at least recover so he gets a proper honor duel? Nasmirska is an honorable rogue. Look at him. Letting Cobra get a full recovery. Super friendly, fantastic looking Mog. Love the little sash on top of the head. It looks great, man. Cobra, this rogue gave you a proper opportunity, man. Put some respect on Nasmirska's name from here on out, boys. I love seeing it. Even if this, let's say Nasmirska fights this and loses, he's still a champion in my book for giving this man a chance. Though, technically you don't have to. Don't feel pressured or forced to give each other honor duels if you don't want to. But I do appreciate the gesture. It is awesome. It is super honorable. Cheap shots. Cobra going for immediate gateway. I think Nasmirska trying to see if he can set up flagellation. Succubus catching him as he's looking to get himself a reset. But that's going to be Cobra just catching him in a quick stun right now. Mortal Coil, Cloak of Shadows to counter it. Immediate port. Nasmirska is in the spot right now where he wants to get set up onto the Warlock. But the man so far has been able to evade him completely. Though the cooldowns he's using, that gate, he won't be able to use it again. Port, Mortal Coil will still be in play, but Nasmirska just needs to have some kind of a counter for it. Dust vanishes. Succubus catching you early. That's not going to be an issue for later. That's actually might not be the worst. It's going to be at least an opportunity for you to step. Infernal is crashing down and stunning is not ideal. Does go for the vanish, but Cobra is now cut out in the open. You know he's going to go for a port. Does go for immediate trinket. I don't think Nasmirska expected an instant trinket like that though. But this could put Cobra behind, because now you can get locked down and there's not much you can do. While the rogue waiting to get cooldowns back, does get hit with a succubus around the pillar. Shadow Fury right after into just another quick immolate. Mortal might pull him out away from the pillar. Fear could pass him out of there. Bolt does connect. That is a ton of damage. What are the bolts, dude? What are you feeding your chaos bolts? I feel like every time he gets a bolt, it just cranks. Why? Sap, Succubus may catch you though. But this could be an opportunity here. Succubus is definitely going to stop you here, unless you cheap shot it. Oh no, it's not stopping you. There's an opportunity. Locking him down. Cobra with a port, but does get super low in health. Going for Warlock Hellstone. Popping a Warlock Stone out of his pocket really quickly. Into another port. Oh wait, what is that cooldown on the gateway? Do you have a shorter CD? You gotta be, right? You gotta be running a shorter CD. Yo, what's up, Stefano? Said to my man. We do it. Yes, we are, Chris. I do, my man. Ставлю туз крагара, что Кобри всех убьет. Посмотрим. Yeah. K1R, dude. What's up, my man? A little bit of Russian in here. Man, I miss Kragar, but I'm glad he's enjoying some classic Soul of Iron. Trick it out for Nasmirska. Bolt, dude. Again, what do you feed these bolts? Nasmirska trying to see if he can fight past it. Locked down into Cobra. But he has a wall. He has a lot available. Shadow Fury may be the end of Nasmirska. Does live it. Cloak's back up and available. Hold on. This rogue still got a fight in him. He's still got a dog in him, man. Still got that dog in him. Cloak. Cobra does have a wall, so it's a counter. Shadow Blades may be able to pierce past it. Succubus could be painful. But the Cloak of Shadows may be the play here. Maybe the play. You won't have any vanishes, so you'll just have to, I think, all in commit. Question, does Cobra have another gateway? Because that gateway, I think, has been saving him, right? Every time this Nasmirska trying to get a setup, you just get away while Succubus sees him at the same time. Picking up the eye, though, is going to give him an opportunity. 5% more damage taken. Does get caught out by the Succubus. That is going to get caught by the Succubus CC. Is that Bolt just going to end you? Cobra just goes in for Infernal instead. Bolt quick. It's going to be Chaos Bolts just being immune by the Cloak. This gives the Nasmirska some breathing room, but just not a much opportunity to set up into yet another fear. Into yet another bolt. This one is going to connect though. Doesn't do as much damage as some of the other ones though. Cheap shot, kidney shot to follow, but I think it's just surrounded by Infernos. Just ends up melting in the hellfire, pulsating around him. Too much heat. That is rough, man. For a rogue, that is not an easy matchup at all. Especially with subtlety, because like you're such a hit and run setup spec, but if the warlock breaks any part of your setup, it is so difficult to recover. I think you have to play Trickster, so you don't have nearly as much of like a ramp up as you do with Deathstalker. Like Trickster gets immediate damage with the Unseen Blade and Secret Techniques. I think that's how you have to play it. Coldbreak, getting the Trinket out of Toxic really early, does go for full death mark, get himself mad damage, looking for a fear, does go for a vanish, Cold Blood is available, get himself the coin flips that he's looking for. Coldbreak just living by his own skin of his teeth, just trying to see if that wall will be enough to hold back the floodgate of blades and poisons. The Toxic get cooking in his concoction. Mortical does connect Case Mother, barreling down the rogue from a distance, does go for the gateway on the cheap shot. The rogue's closing the gap really quickly, trying to see if he can avoid the succubus. Coldbreak may just be in trouble here. I think his light does take him out. That is rough. That is rough. Not easy there. Not easy. A good mixture of bleeds and a couple of good envenoms does let Toxie break past it really, really quickly. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Asaya tried to... What is your bug? Hold on, you got yourself the full... Oh, what is this? The dragon said... You know what? I'm not a big fan of the chest piece. Can I just be honest? That paladin chest piece with this color thing you got going on, I'm just not a big fan. Am I the only one? I just don't like the way it sits on paladins. I just don't like it. The helm is not great either. Well, not the one you're wearing, but part of that set. Your helm is cool, but the one that goes with that set, I don't like either. That Vault of the Incarnate Paladin set, I like parts of it, but not all of it. I was kind of disappointed though. Like Death Knight look cool with them proto-dragon shoulders, right? The rogue look cool because you look like a ninja that's covered in rocks. The monk one, I mean, looks sick. Priest, warlock, even the mage one with the crown. The warrior one where you look like Iron Man, but of rock. It looks so sick. I just never really liked the paladin one. Can I be honest with that, chat? Can I just be honest with you boys? Hunter looks great too. Shaman looked amazing. There's just so many of them. Every one of them look good. Demon Hunter? I'm literally naming every class, but because they did look really good. Dots are up onto Toxie. That's going to be Science trying to see if he can get himself a wall here. Dawn Lights are up for Toxie. Not a lot of defenses to work with. Mad Eviscerate does go get a bubble out of the Paladino Trinket. I don't think he can escape this though. Steppin, Meld, trying to get away. I don't think so. Gouge? What if you just have one big Envenom here? One massive Envenom. I don't think it's happening, but what if? No way. No way. He escaped it. He made an escape. A clean escape. A clean getaway. Oh, the eyes are not up though. As long as he can't see you, you're okay. Roached and lived. Actual roached and lived. You're right. Roached and lived. You know, a lot of people get upset. Like, why do rogues just run away from a fight? Why don't you just stay there? Like, what? Dude, he's got two options. Either stay and die, or run away and try to see if he can get a reset and live another day. Right? He's got options, and staying in is just an immediate auto loss. So why would you take that as a choice? There's literally nothing you can do when a pally bubbles. He's immune, and all you can do is just try to see if you can sprint, catch a reset, catch a breather, get a couple of sippy cups. All you could do. Does get himself an opener back on the Saya. Is going to be a stun. Oh, if only you pre-cloaked that. Still got a cloak though, so he might be okay. Might be able to make a play off of this. Saya does have a bob though. It's going to be a blind cloak out of Toxie. I think he's going to have to play a very long game with the Blessing of Protection here. Very, very long game. Very long game. Does pick up the eyes though, so the rogue does not have a lot of opportunity to catch a proper reset. Does get dotted by the Pala with a Blade of Justice disarm, but stun and still a couple of hammers will still do a lot of work here. Got Road to Silencer for a moment, Gouge right after. Maybe Toxic can try Cold Blood Surprise, but yeah, I think it might be over. You lived for a very, very long while. That was well done. Coming back after that one was very difficult, like, to be honest. Eloise second to last, and we got ourselves Mies on standby as well. That's Eloise. I like that mount. It looks so good. Apparently people are struggling getting that mount specifically. Like, they're just going after it again and again and again and getting super unlucky, grinding it. We got it with like day 2 chat or something like that. On PTR people said it had a really high drop rate, so I assumed it was going to be like, oh, okay, it'll just take you a couple of dailies. But yeah, now you're done wasting our time. I don't think it was a waste of time. You know what, it's an opportunity for him to potentially make some kind of an escape and a recovery, and I do want to see those. Can it sometimes be disappointing? Yes. We've seen plenty of like on NA where WAP on his warrior just like lives a paladin for ages, but then Pally just locks him down with stun. Like I definitely am rooting for his comeback every time it happens, but yeah, it's rough. Saya does end up slaying a Demon Hunter. This man, a dueling god, dude. A Demon Hunter says no chance to him. Mies is going to be the last one left over for the team too. Giving Saya a bit of a breather here, which is wonderful to see. But does make it so that his bubble is coming back just a little quicker. Immediately pelting him full of instacast damage. Saya already dropped below half health. Actually took 60% of his health and damage. Stun onto the mage, who's going to go for a blink, try to get a line of sight. Saya with a lay on hands, but it's going to be a full stun lock. Does have a trinket, is going to bust out of it. That's going to be a interrupt on the frost as he gets hit with the freeze. And for me, he's potentially looking at a block here. Does go for the block just to make sure he's able to recover. Not going to be able to get a lot of health, but is able to lock down Saya. Flurries are huge, but you're so low on health. Saya could just potentially take you out. Bubble is still available, so unless you give him with like a frosted surprise, I really don't know what you could do. The procs are massive for the mage, but the bubble out of Saya just needs one good hit onto Mies. Mies with shields trying to live as best as possible, blink it away, but yeah. Saya landing those slam dunks, dude. Let's go. 3 for Saya. Cobra for 2. By the way, Cobra played really well. Very good hard-fought battles there. Very good hard-fought duels, man. Let's get another one going here, boys. If you guys got more spots, let me know. We can get boys in here. I don't think... Yeah, it might have just been a deal list. I don't think he actually declined you or anything, man. Oh, he wanted a spot? Wait, okay, if you need spots. Cadam is also looking for a spot. I will let you know. Yeah, I will definitely let you know, man. Okay. Cool. Let me get we get Black Hold. What else do we do, man? Let's do Dalaran sewers, right? Yeah. Hey Dal, someone who's been running basically 2-button Fire Mage weak aura build for a long time. I am interested in what you think of the 1-button macro stuff. Boy type, I haven't seen your name in a while. How are you doing? I feel like I don't remember a lot of names, but I remember the name Boy type. Someone's been running basically a 2-button Fire Mage weak aura build for a very long time. Like the you mean like the, you talk about Phoenix Flames, like the whole Fire Blast, Pyroblast kind of mages we have it right now? Or is it like some kind of like 2-button Fire Mage weak aura build? I don't really know what that looks like, but if it's like a 1-button macro type of thing, that do exist already without Blizzard making one. Yep, exactly. I don't think that macro, like competitively, I don't think it's going to be good for Fire Mage. Fire Mage is way too fast paced, and having a longer DCD means you're going to have less combustion uptime and less damage during those combustion windows. Because it's so fast paced with being on DCD. It's like Outlaw World, right? Outlaw, it's going to be like, it's serviceable, but it's not ideal. You would need like a very slow paced spec to really get a lot of value out of it. Like maybe Paladin could do okay with it, but even Paladins have pretty high haste builds right now. For Fire Mage, it's definitely not competitive, but like if you're a brand new player and wants to play Fire Mage, it's gonna play the class just fine for you. You know what I mean? You could probably learn how to play it more or less with the button, but that's about it. It's a good learning tool. That's about all I can give it. Which got ourselves, is it Jay? It is Jayhawk Wizard versus Lemon Roll, trying to see if he can just apply a Ring of Frost to make it harder for Lemon Roll to get himself right over. It is going to be Arcane though, only for Jay. I love to see it. Has he got some mad damage? Oh, Jay with the Ultra. That Ultra to Celestial is some work. Into a quick interrupt. Try to see if he can still land a Ring of Frost on that guy. Just try to freeze him, slow him down, let him cool off, let him chill out for a moment here. Wonderful, beautiful, as Lemon Roll does get himself a proper reset with a port setup. Question is though, does he go for another go here? Because he did end up using a few defenses and offenses actually, so he might be in a situation where he wants to do hit and runs, but he just might not really be able to. Ring of Frost really try to cut off his escape or cut off his approach in the first place, doesn't he? For Jay, I think he's so far, he just needs to get some kind of a lineup, but I don't know if Lemon is going to make it easy for him. I think as a Frost Mage with Instacast, you could probably get something going, but as Arcane, the setup required is kind of hefty. Got himself a Canisphere. maybe a proper opener. Does get that quick little boop away with a touch of the magic. Blink it in to go for an aggressive kick into a trinket right after. Lemon is kind of low. Karma to reverse it. Do you just block it? I don't think he blocks it this time around. I think he just continues the damage. Lemon is going to be able to reverse it quite a bit of it back though, but barrages are still hammering him with a decent bit of a slow. Ring of Frost down for the Arcane Mages as Lemon's still looking for a bit of that recovery. I think he's going to have to wait until maybe like a leg sweep is back up. 30 seconds and not done. Maybe could make some work with Zuen. He's got Celestial Zuen coming up very, very soon, so maybe could make some work off of that combo. But for Jay, it could be an opportunity to land a kick. A breath potentially could be really, really bad. Unless you just send Zuen and images at Jay and just Celestial from a distance, he can't really kick it. He can't really stop it, right? Because you can get a lot of damage without even being next to the guy, technically. It will be a bit of a cheesy play, but I think he's just going to wait until next sweep. It is a bit of a standstill between the two. I think for Jay being Arcane takes such a couple of seconds just to get a lineup going. For Lemon, this is an opportunity to just make something happen. Big Condi doing a bit of damage. Jay does get himself a bit of that breather with a firebreath. Trick it out for Lemon though. Could potentially put himself in a bad spot. Does go for the kick, but misses it onto Jay. Jay has an opportunity to reverse a lot of pressure back to Lemon, but he's just not in a situation or an angle to really punish him for that type of commitment on that trinket. Karma and Diffuse still available, so he's got himself a couple of things he can still work with here. Into a quick in cap onto Jay as he got himself images with a bit of a Thunder Fist. Jay looking for Poly, does get juked. That is still a lot of damage by Lemon, getting locked out and actually in a great spot right now. Transformed into a little duckling, with Jay giving himself an opportunity to have a proper go here. Lemon trying to see if he can just get himself out of dodge. Does get hit with a slow. Slasher Wiz does not go as far as he wanted it to, but he does get himself at least to breathe behind the pillow for a second. Those missiles were doing quite a decent bit of work, however. But Jay, unless he can get himself a good angle to just continue to finish off the duel, it's gonna be rough. I think he's trying to play it super safe with his blinks, right? Trying to save him for like a leg sweep or some kind of a root lockdown, which is probably the correct option here, but I feel like with Lemon being able to reset, touching the Magi, yeah, I really wish you had yourself like a proper like big setup, no wall to chill. That touch of the Magi damage buildup would be amazing. You know what I mean? Vivifies are up for Lemon at the very least, so he's okay for a decent bit. Jay's in a good spot here. Still trying to let him Ring of Frost. Does almost connect it, almost. That would have been huge. Knockback is up early. Trying to go for a Poly. Leg sweep is out for Lemon. Does still have a kick in case he needs to. Rolling over toward Jay. Could go for Big Celestial. We'll probably want to go Big Celestial here. Images are actually getting kind of locked away. I think you just might want to channel Celestial before images fall away. Yeah, they're going to go away soon. He's going to lose out on a little bit of burst. There they go. Does not have a second charge. That was Zuen too, so he's going to have his cooldown separated quite a bit. Celestial will still do a number, but without all that combo, all that damage ampling him, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Does get himself a reset. This is back and forth, man. At some point, somebody's going to have to make a play. So far, Jay's been able to live this just fine. He's playing the long game. He's in for the long haul. Does get some barrages, but kind of just waiting for Lemon just to keep chasing after him the entire time. But Lemon is just going to go for resets behind the pillar. It's like every single time like Jay sees Lemon having a go, he's just going to see him and walk away. And every time Lemon sees Jay even attempt to try to have a go, he just runs behind the pillar. It's actually just hard to deal with. Leg sweep, the longest leg sweep of my life, dude. Look at that. As soon as he's like, all right, leg sweep chat didn't work, I'm out of here. I'm bailing. Oh, man. In cap right now. Brett to follow. Got another Poly with an evocation. Lemon with a trinket just to make sure he doesn't get touched in the first place. You see what I mean? These two are playing it so safe. This is going to be a long one, boys. This is going to be a long one. Y'all going to show you a Mog? I like it, man. I like it. I have time to look at your Mogs, boys. I have time to take a look at all of your Mogs, honestly. This is going to be here for a while. Because Lemon ain't going down without a proper fight here. Shrink it out for Jay. Hold on. Might want to commit something here. It's going to be Zuen. It's going to be all the images. Condi is going to be huge. Does have Ultra, hopefully. Probably is going to be able to Ultra. We'll have to go for Condi, I think, early. Poly does stop a lot of his go. Shutting down the burst out of a Monk, though. That's going to be full Arcade Surge. Lemon is going to immediately back up out of there. Yeah, Jay got two options. Either he's going to just have to run in, trying to see if he can get an angle, barrages, but he's still trying to see if he can keep himself a distance versus Lemon. That's going to be a quick, immediate karma with Jay looking for playing super defensive, shifting power just to get himself a reset. Yeah, would love to see a A whole gang map, just a ring, no pillars, no ledges. 2 men go in, 1 comes out. Yo, same. I think that'd be really cool. If they ever add 1v1 duels, I think we need at least one of those, man. We need at least one of those. You know what I mean? Breath out onto Lemon, trying to go for yet another poly with a knock at the little duckling. I love the poly duckling, man. It's so good. Poly yet again. Barrage right after. Missiles to follow. Lemon kind of stuck. He can't really go behind the pillar super easily. Wait, maybe Jay got himself an opportunity to potentially make a go here. Lexi out for Lemon. Fist of Fury doing quite a bit of damage. Nova down for Jay. Got Lemon in a decent spot right now. There's Fort Brute to give himself a shield and some damage to work with, or defenses to work with. Is going to try to see if he can get on top with Jay. Needs another Celestial. Does get knocked, dude. Absolutely just punted away. Home run. Just a baseball bat sound. Hit him with one of those, dude. You know what I mean? Metal baseball bat sound hit him the ball. Will Jay actually live in that one? He had himself a decent setup there for a second, but again, Lemon is so defensive right now. He does not want to go down here at all. Ain't happening. It just ain't happening. Incapped in order to get himself a proper approach here. Does get him with slows immediately into a knock. Does go for a roll. Blinks are available. Joanne is back in play. Will not have images to combine together with it. Trying to land a slice and wins. Just going to go for a complete reset. Still out in the open. Looks like he wants to stay in. Lexi does connect. Block out for Jay. Brett to follow into Lemon with a poly right after. Having some potential lots of damage. And Lemon looking for a port. Does not go behind the pillar. Does get himself a big diffuse. Karma still technically available. Might still want to go for it either way though. And Jay got himself potential lots of damage. He does get himself a repositional trinket to break out of the incap. Got himself a board back behind the pillar in order to try to see if he can get a setup with the Lemon, but does end up having to walk up out of there. Man, dude, what is this, chat? I think it was the first time we had a really long one, actually. The two have been going at it with each other for a while. Even Jay is just RP walking at this point. Like, how do I defeat this man? Every single time I keep trying to get a setup on him, he just runs away. Flushes out here like, my man, we don't want to play. I'm taking a nap. Lexi with the entire team. Lemon just trying to see if he can take down Jay though. Fist of Fury, big Celestial. Jay just needs to live this as possible. Trying to go for a poly. Wants to not make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Slows down onto Lemon. Got himself a bit of a go here. Lemon could potentially end this. Does go for a ring of peace. Lock it out. Jay on Arcane. Jay trying to go for the slow. Greater Invis for a second. Get another poly. And Lemon kind of left out in the open right now. Karma is still available in case he wants to do it. For Jay, I think at some point he just might have to go for it. Might just have to go for some sort of a burst. Evocation is up. In cap on a Jay. He's kind of low though. Tyson Woods gets super low. Touch of death. Touch of death. Yeah, touch of death. Touch of death. Touch of death. Yeah, touch of death. There it is. Took a second, but does end up taking him out. Man, that was a long one. The two fought each other for 9 minutes straight. 9 minutes, boys. That is a long time, right? Just let's be honest. That is a very, very long time. All right. Everybody wake up. Everybody wake up. Who's next? Saya? Is a plush? It looks like maybe a plush potentially. Dampening is super high, so from here on, the duels should be like breakneck speeds though, at the very least. This is gonna be fun to edit. Must be BFA. Bro, BFA duels, you had Katrikin versus another warrior dueling each other for at least first 20 minutes before anybody died. It is wild, man. It is a wild. Lemon getting blasted out. Karma ain't stopping it. It looks like it just completely ignored. Plus just pushing past it. Got himself images. Got himself Joanne. Looks to make some damage happen. But get himself a reset is going to give the rogue that an opportunity to just get out of the dodge. Get out of scot-free. Cheap shot back in. I think, yeah, the monk, it is lights. It is lights at that point. Dampening so high, you ain't going to be able to heal much whatsoever. Mies trying to see if he can slow down. Flushed immediately. Meld does not quite break him out of combat. Banish no longer available. So Plush is just gonna go gateway. That is a play. I don't necessarily think it's gonna get you in a good spot because he can still pelt you. You got those flurries. Yeah, unless you get a don't even have a blind. Step gouge though into a kidney shot. Does go for a trinket of breath, and that's gonna be a full lockdown. Nothing he can do. Yeah, nothing he can do. That is tough. That is dope. When a major gets to full lockdown on you, full shatters, and you can't trinket it, it's over. Actually, just over. Kadama's going to be up next. Trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a go here with Volley around the corner. Mies, as long as he's away from Volley, actually just going to come out in the open versus Kedem. Blink, immediate scatter by Kedem, freezing to follow. Mies, I think, wants to go for a breath. That's what they're blinking so aggressively. Landing a CC onto Kedem, looking for the frost bomb. Kedem with massive burst. Holy hell, your health, Mies. What was that aim shot? Chat, what was that? Was that just aim shot with like a black arrow and just everything crit? What was that? That health part. Is that a Luis next? Looks like it's probably a Luis next. Yep, looks like it's a Luis. And get him set up in a decent spot to at least camp out the Demon Hunter. He's got 2 rogues to go through after this. I don't know. It's got to be tough, man. Aim shot OP. It's only one cooldowns. I guess it is what? Double tap, crit, maybe a black arrow to follow. That is a lot, though. Rapid fire out for Eloise. She's able to stop at least some of that damage. Then a full stun onto Kedem. Full potential burst here. Kedem with a scatter does get a trinket out for Eloise. Goes in for a knock, and there's going to be a charge trap waiting for him. Eloise just flying up in air. Kedem is just going to fight through tough and thick and thin with the damage. Just DPS rates, quick feint death to reduce the damage taken from a couple of lances. Is able to get a aim shot or 2 in there. Looking for a bit of the reheal, bit of the reset. Nesmirshka as well as Toxie, giving him a chance to get a proper honor duel. You guys, do you have Magefoot on your team? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, so Toxie or Nesmirshka, one of you guys gotta go next, man. One of you guys gotta go next. Also, that spider being like stuck in the wall in this corner like that, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. I'm not a big fan of spiders. Would say I have a mild arachnophobia at the very bare minimum, but having this thing be clustered in the wall like that, I really don't like it. I really don't like it. Who's up next? You guys gotta go. 69% dampening, boys. We got a lot of dampening to get through. You ain't healing now. So at this point of the duel, you actually don't have any healing. So your defenses need to be used in order to reduce damage taken rather than to recover. Nice, nice. That's Toxie. He's gonna have to see if he can get himself a proper go here. Nice, nice. We're all mature adults here. Definitely not adult children. Oh, God get him to move away from freezing trap to step around it. That is work right there. That is amazing. Full bleeds on Kedem though. He's melting. I think just to shield with a couple of bleeds is just absolutely detrimental. Massive stun onto Toxie though. Got him some evasion. Turtle shell to counter it. Toxie still got himself a freezing trap in case he needs to. No more trinket though, but I think he's stunned the yard. There's going to be a trap down, or at least try to get a trap going. Oh. Oh. Charge trap didn't work. Freezing trap right after. If you go for a rapid fire and then behind the pillar, I think it might just be into Toxie. I think it's over. Vanish. It's still bleeding. He's still dotted though. Still dotted to something. Scatter. Oh. Cheat death. If he lets a kid the shot and you can't kill him right now, it actually could be the end of you. Oh no. Gateway? What is this with people taking gateways? What is this? What is this? Oh man. Oh, no shot! The binding shot! That was amazing! The bind! Oh, immediately freezing trap scatter. Oh, that's gonna be pet sack. I think his secret technique is over. Oh, you're alive somehow. How are you alive right now? Wall. This Mershka does not have a trinket anymore, so you do get a stun. I don't know if you got a true shot. No true shot. Volley, but does go for a knock. Step right after. Oh, you got no health at all. Yeah, a couple of viscerates does it. Desmershka takes it. Cobra on the road cleanup duty. Not giving him much of a breather. Just gonna scorch him down. 81% dampening, boys. Holy. Just a bronze up blind, dude. That was amazing. Honestly. Chaos Bolt. Enter an Infernal. Do you have another bolt? Mortal Coil most likely, yeah. No. Kind of wait and let it get a cheap shot go here. It's gonna be a trinket with a port. I think Corby is just messing with this rogue at this point. Cloak of Shadows, I think it's the only thing he's got to be really careful about. But as long as he can, yeah, like going for the gateway, which is just despawning right now. Talk about luck. But as long as he can like stop a lot of those rogues go, he doesn't have to worry about it at all. That is the one thing some classes can do. Like if you can't stop a subtlety and at least stop their opener, stop their big burst, a lot of the damage cut is out of the window. Because from there they could just reset, run, and maybe just play maybe some sustain. But it's just mostly over, yeah. Yeah, can't expect that one. That was a long one to start it off with, though. Kedem does pick up 3. Yo, Kedem, my man. How do you do that? How do you do these things? That binding shot around the pillar was nasty. Actually, just filthy. I love it. Let's get another one going. Absolutely filthy. Holy. What type of filthy you'll see in Goldshire? And I'm all in for it, dude. I'm all in on it. I'm here for it. Alrighty. Both of you, if you guys got spots, let me know. Or if you're ready, also let me know. You asked me earlier, like, yo, can I join? Was that from like a while ago? Oh, that was from the no, it was recently. Okay. What the hell? Did I miss something then? I think I did. Checking in will let you know if we got some. Plus, let me know if you're ready or if you're looking for more bodies. Is ready. Plush is also ready. Okay, we're going. Let's do a... If you give a hunter a fair duel, you're dead, you cheap rogue. True. True. That is very true. I mean, the fact that rogues are cheap, yeah, part of our class fantasy, to be honest. True. True. Yeah, dude, being hated by an entire community for the class that you play is literally rogue class fantasy. I don't even get mad about it. I don't even get mad. A lot of these boys are really nice though too. That's the thing. There's a lot of people that play rogue that are actually like genuinely nice dudes that I've had only the best interactions with, right? Plenty of other classes out there. I've had some really nasty messages from them, and it's like, okay, dude. People like rogues get a really bad rep, but like they're really chill a lot of the times. There's such things as fair in war. True. There's only victory. That is very true. God, I'm trying to figure out what arena to throw you guys into. Lordaeron, maybe? Lordaeron. Also, could do... You guys want a flashbang? Last time we did a flashbang, I think a sub rogue just went like 4-0 or something, or 4-1. It is crazy. Crazy! Here we go. Beautiful. What time is we at? Dude, I'm so hungry, dude. I had 2 hours of sleep last night. I've been just chugging coffee and water. I'm so hungry, dude. I'm so hungry. I bought groceries today. So expensive. But I got nice stuff, dude. I really wanted some really good quality stuff and got some stuff to make chili. By the way, Vile, that chili that I made, oh, mwah. It's the best I've ever had. Thank God I found a video on it. It takes forever to actually make it. It's a lot of just, it's an hour, put everything together, an hour of simmer, add the other stuff, 30 minutes of simmer, and like the prep work, you're looking at 2 hours of prep work. But, oh, dude, I need a bigger pot. I need to get a bigger pot, and that thing will last me like, for just me, I think like 4 days maybe. But if I have people over, then 2 days. It is excellent. It's so good. Oh man. Alrighty, let's get ourselves another one going, boys. With Cato gonna be up next. So first up, let's go. Which got him first up instantly. Got himself immediately. I guess he hit Eloise with an aim shot on the opener. I literally the duel just started. We're 50 seconds in. He's immediately going for blood. Does get himself a freezing trap to trade. Trick it out for Eloise. Trying to get it set up onto Ketem. Feign death for a second. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. No more tricking for the Demon Hunter. Trying to close that gap. Needs to get close enough. Being a Felskar does put you at a bit of disadvantage. Oh, drop it down from the sky. That is unfortunate. Because you really do need to get a melee to get that damage to explode right next to him. But if they get away, it's over. Yo, this is where Toxie, I think it's like, yo, this is my chance. This is my opportunity. A bit of a rematch here. Hey, let me get some payback, baby. Let me get some payback. Rapid fire out for Ketem. Does get a stun on Toxie. Aim shot to follow. Mad damage. Got himself an evasion. Get him with a turtle. Is just going to have to try to see if he can live this. That is a death mark that he's surviving right now. I think also a Kingsbane, but then, no, not Kingsbane. That is still in standby. Scatter for a second. Freezing trap needs to be used. It's going to be DR'd though. Oh, I think Toxic got you though. Yeah, in Venom. Yeah, no, the DAS did do it. With Cobra immediately trying to see if he can hit the rogue with it slow, but the second is maybe stop him. Vanish Sheep on the pets. Garrod on the Cobra. Trying to see if he can get a setup. Maybe a smoke bomb. No, there's going to be a gateway. Just a gateway. Vanish out for Toxie. I think we just catch a reset there at this point. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. What is it? Air fighting the hunter? I think at that point, like when you used all your mobility and you're like, okay, I just gotta press something. I think at that point, maybe just the panic sets in, because the immediate aim shot opener into an immunity and then trying to get a lockdown, but then getting CC'd out and cut it out. At that point, you're like, all right, let's see, even out the field. At least I can hit you with this one. You know what I mean? Like at that point, like, okay, I got no options. I got no tools. I got one last thing. I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary. Most likely not gonna win, but better than not using anything. You know what I mean? Can't blame him, honestly. And it's sometimes like when you get And then there's gonna be Toxic going down to Cobra. I really gotta stop going off of Tages, man. That rogue push so heavy. Yeah, for real, man, for real. Definitely, definitely. Who's next? It's Cobra. We're waiting for you. Sitting down for a quick chow. Got himself baby infernos. He just picked off for kindergarten real quick. Quick, aim cap Lexi, but the succubus is work though. Lemon, what are you doing? Oh, with the gateway bacon away from the celestial Conti, avoiding majority of the monk damage, hits him with a mortal coil right in the face, dude. It just hits him right, just pops him one right in the mouth real quick. Shadow Fury. Oh, never mind, dude. Let me roll. Might just be on a roll now. What the hell was that? That's just passive AoE damage when you just CC'd. He literally killed Cobra without lifting a finger at the end. Wait, literally, he popped cooldowns. Cobra poured it away. He rolled over to him, got CC'd with a mortal coil, then a stun, and Cobra is one dying. I really gotta look back at that. Gotta be old Joanna in the images, right? Gotta be old Joanna in the images. Plush is gonna be up next. Immediate port for Lemon. Puts himself up back in the starting room. Plush and him don't have any line of sight. They have nowhere to go here. Karma does end up reversing the damage back to Plush. He just continued to see if he can get those eviscerate slicing through the Karma. Lexi is going to be a trinket gouge to follow. Lemon does go for a setup, but it's going to be a blind reverse onto Plush. Does try to see if he can escape. Yeah, are there any dots on the rogue right now, though? Because if there are, maybe Lemon can get him out in the open. No trinket for the monk, though, so he might be in a bad spot. I think it could be the end of him. Flagellation, unless you got a defensive forward brew to give yourself more health to work with. A shield, big health increase. Parried the DFA, which is amazing. That is massive, even though it remarked the guy. So it looks like the damage of DFA will get parried, but it will remark him. That is unfortunate. That means the capstan get consumed. Mad damage on Lemon. Big Celestial. Isn't enough. Clocked by the rogue. It does end up taking it. Here's another one. Here's another example of a Hail Mary. Like, uh-oh, my health is low. I might as well press the button. I have no buttons to press, but I got one big one. Probably ain't gonna win this, but I better press it than not press it. Because what if, right? What if it started doing just enough healing and just enough damage to turn things around? Mies almost has like a GPS on Plush right now that Blizzard could have connected. That one, where did that one go? Maybe that GPS may need some calibration. Lock evaporated. He did. It is. That is. Rogues are really good at taking out casters. Like if you get a proper setup. No, wait, no, it wasn't a rogue. It was a monk, wasn't it? Also, same class, same thing. Actually, same gameplay. Monk's also really good at taking out casters or any other class as long as you get a proper setup. I feel like that applies for a couple of classes though. It's gonna be me trying to see if he can get himself an angle here, if possible at all. But Plush is definitely making it very, very difficult. 5 minutes into the match, Jampening is starting to slowly roll in. That's going to be a little bit of the healing reduction that everybody's going to be experiencing here. Mies going through shift in power, just continuing to cycle through cooldowns, hoping to get the rogue out in the open. Blink for the cheap is trying to see if he can reposition. Does get himself one more step. Maybe out of mobility. I think Plush might be kind of dry right now for a second. He's going to be a full stun. Has a trinket coming up late. Does use it. Shatter bonuses. Restunned. You can get stunned again. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? If you're trinket, you can just get stunned again. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay. Noted. Next time I play, next time on my solos, I see Mage with a Snowdrift. Noted. Oh, Lance is taking him out as Mies does get to take it. Saya. Last one left over for the team one. He's ready, man. He got Mies and Nashmerska. So these two are just gonna have to find a way to break past the pally. And Saya is giving Mies a chance here to catch up a little bit of food. Fantastic work. Great stuff. Loves to see it, man. Love to see it. This is gonna be more shipment power out of Mies. There's an opportunity, man. As a mage, I think he does have technically enough setups for Saya to be able to make some kind of a play. Plus, Saya can only stun him every so often to really lock him down. Poly does go for a trinket. Breath to follow. Yet another Poly. Dawn Lights are in. Once you get the Dawn Lights, the mage is going to be hurting a little bit. Actually, quite a decent bit. Mage is going to be hurting a lot. Never mind. Mage is under a ton of pain. Mage is under a ton of pressure. Send help immediately. It's going to be quick regenerating for Saya. Wait, oh wait, hold on a second. So they changed regenerating so it doesn't break to periodic damage anymore. And Blizzard is periodic damage. I didn't even think about it. I thought like periodic damage meant dots, but technically, yeah, as Blizzard and even Frozen Orb does kind of count. try to ice wall? I try to wall him off real quick. Does go for yet another stun, yet another oh, dude, it's over. Yeah, that Dawnlight is going to be the end of you. Maze tried to wait to see if they don't have to burn a block, but they will have to. Or just be over. Dude, the Dawnlight dot damage for Saya. How do you counter it? How do you play against it? As Mies got himself a full block, but as soon as he breaks out of the block, Saya just got to get himself a quick proc and it's over. A couple of hammer hits and it's done. How do you come out of this one alive, Mies, is my question. Can you even? I want to root for you. I just don't know if there's like a feasible way you can come back here. Does shield, but breaks it really quickly and Dawnlight. It's over. Saya can just sit behind the pillar. Yeah. Saya didn't have to do anything at that point. Dawnlight is effective. Dude, Pally being a dot class is still weird to me. Like, I like the fact that it's different, but like, man, just puts a dot on you and just walks away and you just die. Like, there's some classes like Affliction Warlock, maybe Feral Druid, or like Assassination Rogue where I could see that, right? That's literally the whole class design. But like a Paladin doing that, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like having Desert Warlock be a dot class, right? Normally renowned for big chaos bolts, and then you have one season where you just die to like an immolation or something. That'd be wild. Saya trying to see if you can Blessing Protection, actually. That is a pretty big defensive you use here. Nesmershki getting that out of him is huge, but not having a trinket, not having a cloak anymore, or vanishes. Could potentially put you in a bad spot. Does go for a setup. I think it's lights, yeah. It's lights. Yeah, putting Saya against the classes that can't deal with a dot as effectively, right? They can't really heal through it like they used to be able to. Rogues and mages used to be able to live through a little bit of damage with shields, even in high dampening, but right now you can't. So for Saya, just like, it's an inevitable win. Crazy. Specifically in AoE dot class right now, it is kind of crazy what it turned into. I like that hero talents can, you know, give you different gameplay modes of like how you play your class. It is still just weird, some of the combinations that exist though. You know what I mean? It's wild. Just how they're set up. It's super unusual. Don't hate it, but there are some times where I'm like, I don't think, it's like I'll never get used to that. You know what I mean? I'll just never get used to that. Getting hit by Dawnlight by Pally and dying behind the pillar is like not usual. I'm like, when I get hit by Paladin and he plays the hammer build, I'm like, okay, yeah, Pally plays. Understandable. Have a nice day. Ready? Are we both ready? We gonna go for it. Yeah, 30 more minutes. Yeah. Here we go. Where does it get port to? Let's do Blade's Edge. Or not. Here we go. You in chance, bro? I know, Judy. I know, man. I want to get you in. I really want to get you in. Oro almost reminding me of Ori. I love me some Ori. Although, me and Ori will follow each other on Twitter, but he doesn't follow me anymore. What happened? What happened? Me and him never really had too many interactions, but I always like wave to him whenever I see him online. Whenever I see him on Illidan. Because he was really cool. And he's like the only boomkin that like really impressed me in duels. Haki does really well, and there's quite a few boomies that definitely gave it a solid shot, but I think he's the only one that like really popped off in 1v1s, man. Back in Shadowlands, he's playing Necrolord, full boomy dot build. It was crazy. Necrolord was definitely doing a lot of heavy lifting with the defenses. Probably still learning the do's and don'ts, and Panic do the same. Yeah, same. You can't be perfect. That takes practice, and I don't know why I sound like that one. I am a doctor guy. Grey's Anatomy, is that what it is? I only see clips on YouTube, like on YouTube shorts of that. Never actually watched a single episode. Never watched like a middle of the show at all. Maybe like a couple of minutes, combine all the shorts together, but like maybe. All right, switch. Got ourselves Saya. No, dude, look at him go. Saya, I'm actually surprised you're not rolling around like a a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I am disappointed in you, bud. Because you could go full green skin, right? Get the turtle shell, get the full setup. Look, trying to buy the rogue, just trying to see if you get super hyper aggressive here. Asaya going for more of a defensive light of Dawn. Look at that Dawn light, man. Using it for a self heal for a strong killing over time effect. Actually, I'm pretty sure your light of Dawn is better as a damage than healing right now, isn't it? Because I know above the damage, it would be quite a decent bit in PvP. But I don't think above the healing. But it gives the Smurfka at least a chance here to get back in without having to worry about a dot. Does go for Trinket. Lay on hands out of Saya. Might be able to make some work off of this one. Is going to at least try to see if you can get a set up that Dawn Light as well as Sun's Radiance. The line, dude. The yellow line. I think it's Sun's Radiance. That is just not going to make it easy for the rogue to reset whatsoever. Evasion, but being a subtlety, you just can't really stay in. You just can't have that longevity. What are you going to do, backstab the guy? Well, you just hit you with Judgments and Templars. I think it's just going to be a losing match. So you do have to go for resets. Does get himself a Trinket. The Smirshka, no Trinket available. I think it's going to be Lights though. Unfortunately, it is Lights. You beat a Paladina. When you get locked down like that, there's just not much you can do. Only seen on YouTube shows. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. What is turtle skill? Toes? Do they really? Yeah, dude. You gotta go full turtle, man. We're gonna have to get solely Saya into a turtle Saya, man. Or no. Your holy Saya, you could be the holy turtle from my Elden Ring, right? He just did a little like little cardinal hat, or is it Pope hat? I don't even know. You just need to be the turtle Pope. Looks so good. Massive Fist of Fury. Saya under quite a bit of pressure. Lemon just stay on him with a karma to reverse the pressure. But Saya fighting through the karma through thick and thin. Blessing Protection still in play technically. So you could go for a bop in case you wanted to blind into a Searing Glare. Making it difficult for Lemon to counter. Ring of Peace is going to keep him at a distance. But look at the range damage though. Able to at least get some pressure with a full regenerate and trying to get the monk. That's a periodic ability. That's not going to break it. You can't use periodic abilities onto Saya to break that heal anymore. You have to actually go and hit him. That damage with Chain Lightning or Chain Crackle and Jade Lightning is periodic. It ain't gonna break nothing. Stun? Wait, Lemon could be under a lot of trouble. That is a big hefty Dawn Light. Saya just needs to put a dot on him and just put some pressure with a couple of judgments here and there. And that, look at that dot, dude. Look at that dot damage. Look at that dot damage. I think he might be done. As long as you keep moving so you can't stop the heal, he's literally, he can't deal with it. He actually cannot deal with it at all. He needs to catch a breather, catch a heal. Oh no, but he's gonna catch a hammer instead though. Are you just dead? Oh, it just fell off. Dawn Light spooky, man. Actually spooky. Man, how you doing? What's up, Grain? How you doing, my guy? Welcome. How you doing, my man? Saya trying to see if he can just get himself in a bit of a different position here. Lemon just trying to stay away as best as possible. Needs himself a full reset. Without a Trinket, he could get locked down in the stun and be put in a bad spot. Technically can use a karma to reverse pressure and just go full blown out damage on the Saya, but a Blessing of Protection or Spell Warden rather would actually stop a lot of its go. Karma, in cap, I think he just has to have a go, right? Bob, wait, you can get break past it. Condi, you can break past it. No, that is rough. Bob to remove the karma is rough though. You could have technically, and that's maybe the UI is not always accurate. I don't know if diffuse magic was actually up. Right? UI does not always give accurate information. Like for a lot of the defenses, like Saya says, lay your hands is up, even though I know it isn't. Used it earlier, but Saya is still taking names, man. Just going from one to the next. Absolutely, just dominating right now. Messiah just trying to see if he can get some slammer jammers onto Toxie. Hand of Freedom is available. They're trying to see if he can just keep the pressure onto the guy. Oh, the damage though. The Dawn Light and the slammers. Oh, baby. All right, 3-0 for Saya. Who can stop the Juggernaut? Is that a Bob? Is that a bubble? This is your opportunity. If you are going to go in there, you got to go in there now, man. Is it Mies? Is it Eloise? Eloise starting at a wall. For the time being. Okay. Wait, can you get... I didn't know Jim had like a full pink variation of this set. That actually looks good. I kind of like that in pink. That's kind of neat looking. 24 seconds on a bubble means you got to get in there, man. You got to get in there quick. This is the opportunity. Just shut him down real quickly. This is your potential pick for a 1v5 here, Mies. Just got to come down the wall here. Come over the mountain. Big damage on Saya. 5 seconds on a bubble. 4, 3, 2. He definitely got defensive backup. Shield event is going to keep him alive just fine. Bubble cannot be used super aggressively here. try to counter the mage if at all possible. Ultra to try to see if you can reposition, maybe catch a poly, but it ain't happening, man. Well, that is broken on duels like Reds in general. Yeah, it is so good, man. It is very, very, very good. Saya trying to see if he can cut across over to Mies. He's gonna go for that hand of freedom. Could technically steal it, but he's just gonna try to see if he can overlap Mies with a bunch of globals here. Bubble out. As Mies actually under a ton of pressure. Dawn Light together with the hammers does end up juking the pally, causing him to jump off the platform. But I mean, he's got to regenerate. He's got himself healing. That ice block ain't healing much compared to regenerating. That is so real blind before he can even try to see if he can get himself some sort of a getaway. With a full final wreck, everything is available. Saya got himself plenty of damage from afar. Polly does have himself a trinket. It's just going to break out of its stun. Mies, I don't think he has a blink though. I think it's over. I think it's lights. Yeah, I think it's lights. Saya, you just needs one more to clean 1v5. I think he can do it, maybe. Technical bubbles down. Eloise, this is your chance. Your time to shine. The spotlight is on you. No pressure, zero pressure. I love that bow. Love that honorable bow, by the way. Fantastic work. No bubble, no bop. If you play it clean, I think the pally could go down. Just got to be very, very careful when you go for a trinket, when you go for a proper setup. And you also got to make sure you stay on top of them when you go for like the full. All of your major damage, all that. Yeah, the fell flame. Yeah, that's going to do a ton. Outside, trying to see if he can jump off the edge. Trying to slow down Eloise as much as possible. Eloise going to go for first aid immediately, actually. I was thinking we were going to stay in on that. But a Shield of Vengeance, I guess he decided, I'm going to back away. Maybe catch a reset. You have food? You do have food. Wait, they got a food animation? They don't sit, but they do eat. Huh. I didn't realize they have an eat animation. There it is, man. There it is. Eloise picking up some air. Trying to see if you can go for lances. Look at the lances. They actually do a decent bit of damage. Siasol is not looking great. Leonance does get him back up top speed. I think it's over. Eloise with a trinket. Got himself an immunity. Maybe blur. I don't think it's tracking it properly, though. I don't even know blur is actually available. I think you already used it. Stunner to Sias. You're trying to go for a bit of that searing glare. But a Dawn Light with a hammer. Yeah, it's just over. It's just over. Oh my god, it's just over. Pally Saya, 120 million. It was 100 million in health of yourself, man. AFK duel. What spec is Saya playing? Never leveled the paladin. Retribution. There's only 3 specs. You got protection, which is the tank, holy, which is the healing, and then retribution, which is the damage. And all you do is throw hammers, blades, and judge enemies. Hit him very hard. Also, so Red and both seem strong. Yeah, Red's very good on 1v1. They got buffed up a couple of times too. Johnny and Plus, are you boys ready? Need one? Yo, we got a spot. Got a spot. Team Lemon, go. Team Lemon got a spot. You got 2 spots. 2 spots. Call of Duty, join. Sign up real quick. You got a spot for a friend if they want to sign up quick enough, yeah? Johnny, if Judy signs up, you could maybe wait to give his friend a spot as well, too. Like, wait for his buddy. You'll probably end up suggesting inviting him or something, yeah? And that's why Red expansion, not Sub Rogue. Yeah. No, Reds are really good right now. Sub Rogue are not bad this season, really. They started out pretty strong in a raid setting, but they kind of did fall off for, like, afterwards. I think it's Assassination, and even Outlaws are really good right now. But yeah, this expansion definitely felt really good for. I mean, you literally have a whole zone of Hollowfall and like a big emphasis on the Arathi. Of course, feels like it's gonna be a partially Paladin expansion. It's not like a Void-based expansion. Or War Within would be like a Shadow-based expansion. I think it's Shadow-based are not bad though, technically. Like between them and Des, they're doing really good. Yeah, that's it, pretty good. But Paladins have been doing good too. Well, at least Red has been doing good. Prot was really good season 1 for him. Plus, Holy's kind of. I think Holy's really getting undervalued a lot of the times, man. Very under. What happened? Mixing the groups. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. What is going on? I'm invited. Oh. They are mixing the groups up. Gotta re-sign up. Yeah, okay, so you just gotta re-sign up. They're mixing the groups. They're shuffling people around. Chat, you guys wanted to shuffle people around? They're doing a bit of a shuffle right now. So there's Johnny Boy. You could potentially join him, Saya. You want me to do this? This is my group. Hold on. I want to see if I can get Venus bugged out. Okay. I want to see if he's available, Judy. Okay, invited Judy. Thanks so much for coming by, Eloise. Appreciate you for being here. Hope you enjoyed your time. More than welcome to join us tomorrow. Tomorrow, chat! By the way, we're doing more duels, more in the EU. NA is sleeping, man. Let them sleep. Let them rest, right? They tried their best. They did what they could. We got a spot for... I guess we can pick up Saya too, right? Got it? Let me get Judy's friend, and then I can pick up Saya. Yeah? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. Have you suggested your friend? So just invite your friend if you want to, bro. Do it quick if you can. Yeah, just do it real quick, man. We can get a couple of games in. I can join, but in 5. Okay, we'll try to see if we can get you a spot. Would you be down for more duels tomorrow? Because we're doing more on EU tomorrow. So if you have a easier time joining tomorrow, we'll be back here tomorrow. No, he's on the flight. Okay, let's get Saya in. We got a spot. We can maybe get somebody real quick, and then Grain maybe for the next one if we'll have open spaces. But we got a spot, chat. If y'all want to join in, we're listed on the Molten Core. Find us, sign up, get in here, man. Get in here, boys. Cobre, you got a friend? Rick, do you have a friend you want to invite? Are you in this team actually? No, but you could tell your friend, hey, they're listed. And the people on a name. So for the last couple of, okay. It's been harder and harder to get groups for NA, and it's been taking forever to get them going. So for a good bit, we were getting groups in some games, just a few. But like 2 weeks ago, we tried getting a group for NA, and we actually couldn't get more than 4 people per team. And even that was a struggle, and it started to fall apart pretty quickly. We were there for a good hour trying. Wasn't working. So last week we decided to do EU duels and then try like 30 minutes to try to get an NA group. Wasn't happening. So I think we're just gonna let NA chill and just do a bunch of EU games back to back. Yeah, NA, I mean, so it kind of goes back and forth, honestly, Vile. Like in Dragonflight, EU wasn't playing nearly as much for a decent bit of this expansion. But NA coming out of the woodworks, constantly playing for some reason. Just more teams. In Shadowlands, it was the flip, right? At some point, season starts, NA is playing, and then after a while, they kind of die out. EU keeps hammering and can literally play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 1 or 2. They're ready. Getting a 2-man team. We were getting like 4 teams minimum and 5 teams and rotating them against each other. It was a mess. It was so difficult on EU. And like even on like an off day at the middle of the night, we'd still be able to get 10 people easily. Minimum. A spontaneous duel. But NA was a struggle. And then Dragonflight rolled around and it kind of flipped. And now we're back and more with it, and it's like did a flip again. Did a about face. Remember BFA, it'll be like 4 or 5 groups in rotation? Yeah, no, it was crazy, dude. It was wild. I actually kind of like it when we have 2 groups and we just like recycle people in. When Krager is in, we get so many fresh faces in, and we just gotta like rotate groups aggressively. Just 2 groups though. We don't have more. We could have more if we wanted to, but it's just easier that way. I need one more. What else do I invite, man? You know what? Great, we'll wait for you, man. We'll just keep this open, but we'll wait for you. How about it? We got a spot for you. It is open. We'll wait for you, so we can get you a game in. Because I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm running off of 2 hours, so this gives you an opportunity to just like... I wish I had my blanket with me. But I could just kind of like, you know, cozy up. And just take a nap. Not really, but I feel like I could. I feel like I could. If I had a blanket on me, dude, I definitely would. If they were to bring back the ability to buy the game on Russia, EU will rise. Russia counts? Yeah, for real, yeah. Yeah, I am hoping, due to world events, that restrictions will be lifted. Because, look, what I found out, and I'm not trying to make like some kind of like a political statement at all. I don't want to comment on that whatsoever. I don't try to make a channel about that. But, like, talking to Krager about it, heck, about, like, you know, the conditions, what's happening. Because, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's really governments fighting. The people that live in these countries they're not responsible for a lot of this that's going on, honestly. And like the Russians have a bunch of just gamers, man. They just want to sit and play games, right? They're not invested in the hell's going on. They would prefer for things to be quiet so they could just go back to living their lives and playing the games they like, you know? You'll be surprised, man. Like, I feel like in US in particular, in US it's pretty bad. Like a lot of people still think that Russians are like completely different breed of people. And it's like, nah, dude, they're actually like super, you have more in common with them than you know. Like, honestly, they're like so modernized and like even to some degree Americanized in their own way. Like, it's actually crazy. I always found it kind of absolutely cringe. Like anybody in US that still is like stuck in that cold, I think it's a Cold War mentality maybe, dude. It's like, it's weird. Right, I was born in Russia, so maybe I have a bias, but like living in US and not even thinking of myself as a Russian, I straight up think of myself as an American, dude. I've been living in the US for too long. But like, I don't find that Cold War mentality, like, just makes no sense, dude. Yeah, they're old, dude, they're literally old gamers. They just want to play games and just like enjoy their lives and not be in a constant like chaotic environment. They just want to have normal lives too. You know, they just want to sit home and play games and just relax with the boys, dude. And that's what I don't know, man. So it's like, I'm hoping that things return to a norm sometime soon. I never judge people in the country to the governments. Yeah, except the French, except the French, dude. Oh, I'm like that, but maybe I love you Canadian boys, but I've had a number of experiences with French Canadians. I don't know why, but I've had experiences with French Canadians specifically. Canadians, like the non-French side, no notes, 10 out of 10. You guys are fantastic. Always had a good experience. French Canadians, for some reason, I'm French. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. I think it's kind of like, it's more of a joke more than anything. Like, French people themselves never had an issue. Europeans in particular, usually not an issue. But French Canadians, man, for some reason, I don't know. It's really just on a rating side, a rating environment. It's like, there's been, a lot of them have been really stuck up and really like self-important. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the gamer side of French Canada is like that, and it's not French Canada. I think the French should just get picked on just like historically, it's just like, French have always been picked on. You guys are fine. Look, you guys made Expedition 33. I think you're redeemed. That thing is beautiful. Music, the culture, amazing. Honestly, Canucks. I don't know hockey at all. I was born in Russia, but hockey, dude. I don't play hockey. Love the French metal. Yeah, no, French, like French, the real French, awesome. It's French Canadians that for some reason like always kind of rub me the wrong way. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Someone said French Canada is the Cali of Canada. That would explain it, dude. Because Cali in US, dude, there is definitely a snark kind of an attitude in Cali. Like, you either are chill or just an absolute stuck-up snark that is like... It does make me think, as somebody who's been living in US, like, okay, if somebody were to take... if somebody were to take a saw and just saw off Canada and let it drift in the ocean, I'd let my tax dollars fund that. Not gonna lie. Yeah, like in US, Canada always gets a bad rep too, right? It's like, why do French get a bad rep? Why do Californians get a bad rep? Or Florida, dude, Florida, man. when living in Florida, dude, there's so many like normal people. It's actually kind of nice in places, but Florida as a state gets such a bad rep. Quebec, I don't know about individual like not towns, it is not states, it's regions of Canada. I just know that I've had because I don't know if Quebec is French Canada or Canada, I don't know. I have no idea, dude. Florida man is real. It is real though. It is real. Like as an American, it is real. Ohio, dude, that's another one. It's like, imagine you just like homie living in Ohio, and then you see all those Ohio memes. It's like, why me, man? That's basically why the French are like, why the French, dude? Hey, in the West we get it too. It depends where you live. Alabama, a bit scary. Alabama, dude, is just, that's been around for a while, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. We're all more like, at the end of the day, I think especially with like just a gamer playing WoW, there's probably a lot more things that like, you know, you're in unison on each other. You know what I mean? It's like we're brothers and sisters at the end of the day, man. Except Alabama, they take it way too literally. They're literal brothers and sisters, every single one of them. That's a joke, by the way, but Alabama's getting plenty. Quebec Canada is the French Canadian. Okay, yeah, I'm just not super aware of like Canadian areas. Don't get me wrong, like in the guild in particular, in our guild, we had a lot of Canadians, just French Canadians for some reason. I don't know what it is, man. We had I don't want to put names out, but there's a guy that played Shadow Priest. Oh my god, actually, like, so insufferable. We had a paladin guy who's just an absolute goober, but just like, I couldn't wrap my. He said some of the weirdest things, man. It's just like, and it was also a little bit like, both of them were really neurotic. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know, everybody got like their own quirks or whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty neurotic at times. I definitely, like, I could go yapping about things that don't matter for like hours, I feel like. But, oh, I don't know, man. Vermont meme? I don't know Vermont memes, to be honest. I like Russians a lot more than the Americans, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, like, Russians are really, like, I think it depends, like, because I'm pretty sure you can get, like, some bumpkin, like, super, like, from the old ages Slavic Russians, but, dude, I mean, a lot of them, like, especially in the younger generation, they're a lot more closer to, like, they're really modernized more than anything, right? They're just in a mindset and everything, like, they're close, that's why I say, like, they're closer to Americans than anything, really. You know what I mean? Like in the mindset in particular, especially in the gaming side of things. It just, yeah, the age of voice chat. Exactly. Norik is a good one. I've heard it on a bit. Gotta work back on my vocab. No, all good, all good. It's just, it's a word that just kind of jumped out at me. Grain, are we here till we can get some duels, or do we call it, man? We've been waiting on you. Trying to see if we can get you in here. Y'all canceled? Yeah. Yeah. You know what? The whole cancel culture, that can go suck it. Some of you guys watch the streams with kids, so I'm just gonna end it right there. But no. Yeah, no. Yeah, the whole cancellation thing, that's gotta die in an unholy fire, dude. That's gotta stop. That's gotta stop. Like the WTF. Remember Lineage show they make a server crash to get bots or close? I don't play Lineage. Do you mean like Russians did that? Look, I've seen some of the holy things Russian could do in Call of Duty. Not Call of Duty. Counter-Strike. I don't know about Lineage, but as for Dal, appreciate it. You want that nap, Dal? Never got the answer. You want that nap? Okay, so what I'll be doing later is I'll be popping a pizza in the oven. What I have to do is get like Domino's or Papa John's. And even though, like, you know, the oven make it or whatever, I still like to pop it in the oven for 12 more minutes just so it's like nice, hot, crispy, fresh. I'm gonna do that, chill on the couch. Probably watch Stimpy run around, play Rust, making a bunch of plenty of jokes, plenty of memes. Maybe watch some Doug, eat my pizza, pass out on the couch, wake up in a stupor, be like, I gotta work on a video, and then stay up until 6 in the morning again. I'm ready for you, dude. They did 100% and President verified it? No way, dude. That's crazy. Crazy. He is here! He is here. Oh my, we're here, boys. One more. Plush, let me know when you're ready. Plush, tell me you're ready right now. We got one more for the road. We'll come back tomorrow and get more games going, boys. One more for the night. You boys ready? Let's send it. Let's send it and end it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna throw you guys back in on the grand. Last one for the road, boys. Last one for the road. We're doing it. Yo, Stimpy, Gup, Doug, the Jube, bro. How you know Jube? Also, Jabba, dude. Hold on a second. You know, Jabba and Jube do the same thing, basically. But yeah. Ah, the crossover. Yeah, Gup, I've been watching him too. Just watching him play. He's just super, just chill, like messing with people on Rust or I think it is Gup that does like did a couple of videos on Red Dead RP. Bro, I never realized how serious the people on those Rockstar, like Red Dead or GTA RP servers can be, and how cringy it can be. But like, it's kind of entertaining, dude. I do get entertained by cringe. I'm not gonna lie. Right? Hey, that's their kicks. That's what they do. You know, I don't want to judge, but like, it is just a little cringy how serious people take themselves. Yeah, next Mog. Next Mog. You know what I realized that from? I knew that I was like, next. I was like, where's that from? It's PewDiePie. Next meme, except Mog. I came up in my head the other last week. I was like, where do I remember this from? Why does it feel like a core memory? Twitch. You know what I mean? Got us a Sham. Oh my man. So not only do we got Caligord in, we also got Sham. Yo, we should have sent those two first, man. Lemon out here. Gotta be first. Sham with the Lex Tube. Does get a stun to Lemon. Getting a trinket. Second stun totem though. Does avoid it. Sham got him some defenses. May need a lot more to live this. That is a ton of damage. May need to bury his head on the ground. Oh, Bulwark Totem keeping him alive. Does pick up a little bit of healing. Lemon just trying to see if he can avoid him. Big zaps out for Sham. Needs a lot more healing. Needs a lot of Maelstrom to really build the damage and pressure back up and running. Karma to follow. He's still got a shield, so he's actually kind of okay. But that Fisifira locking him down could put him in a really bad spot. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Who's up next is the Cobra. Cobra setting it up. Cobra, I need you boys on team 1 to get enough kills so that my man Caligorn can actually get a chance to play, and my man Drudy. Me review, dude. I missed that. It's so good. Hold on a second. Yeah, Saya. Oh, look at that set. That does look good. What weapon do you got with that? I want to see. We got us Meese. We got us Lemon over here. We got Caligorn hanging around. Oh, this Bakar. Oh, it is shiny actually, isn't it? It looks good either way. And we got us Drudy as well. Oh, that is good. That's a good match. That's a good matchup. I like that. We got Jayhawk in the back. We got ourselves Ketum. We got ourselves Plush. I like that Paracel and that whole mock combo. Cobra immediately hitting Succubus CC onto Lemon. He needs to probably get a proper lockdown with Big Burst. Dude, those bolts are eating him apart, man. They're eating him away. Big I like how he threw down a massive ball at him, but because of defuse, it does like no damage. Yet another bolt does not connect. Not quick enough. Oh, we gotta be quick. That's another reference, dude. Why so many core memories are coming out of my brain right now? What is happening? Bolt 2! Oh! Double bolted! Oh, baby! You gotta love seeing those! Oh my goodness! Dotted up completely by Drudy. Absolutely melting right now with the Succubus as well. Dark back keeping him plenty alive. Got him some plenty of extra range that you can just keep away. Succubus catching them for a second. Cobra, do you have a proper go here? Bolt. Double bolt almost connected. Infernal bolt to follow after. Shadow meld just to live the bolt completely. Got us some potentially big damage. Reflect out for Corbin to start to see if he can offset some of the damage back to Drudy. Bolt does go flying. Bear form Barskin keeping him plenty alive. Got himself images or trees back up in the second here. Together with a Convoke. I could potentially use those together in unison. Try to go for a Roar onto Cobra. I think Roar the Succubus does catch him halfway through. Trinket right after. Mortal Cold to offset him. Fear. That Ruination apparently does connect. Shadow Fury. Oh, Soulfire. No, it's not quick enough. Cataclysm, but maybe disconnect. Man, if only he had the fast cast here. Invite Rick Meister. Oh man, we never got to have Rick join, did we? That is unfortunate. What I can do is I can maybe get some games for Rick tomorrow, yeah? Because we'll be back on EU tomorrow. Rick, my man, if you're in chat, we'll definitely want to give you more games. How about tomorrow, yeah? I'll get you in. You can play everyone. Gotta get you in here, man. Because I think after this, I definitely gotta go get some food, man. I gotta get some food after this. Judy is still keeping himself alive though, still keeping himself afloat. Heart of the Wild was used. Barskin coming back up. Mortal Coil. That pathing for Mortal Coil is ideal. I mean, it still got hit by a bolt, but at least you didn't get double bolted. That's unreal. That's actually unreal. Convoke defensively just to catch up a little bit of healing. Does end up spawning a couple of mushrooms onto the pets though. Might be enough to potentially kill Succubus eventually, with a Chaos Mother spawning in for Cobra, doing quite a decent bit of damage. Really still got himself regrows to keep himself alive. Those Star Surges are doing work though. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Dust of Trees is going to get the trees looking for a silence on Cobra. Succubus does catch him. You have the double bolt combo. When one fast bolt, it is going to connect, stun around the corner, but it can't follow up. Boarding on top of him, but still normal bolts available. Does get himself a Dark Pack, but it's not going to be able to last too long. Warlock Hellstone is in use, and it's going to be down on cooldown for a bit. So if Drudy can just wait out for Dark Pack, he's actually going to be able to have Cobra at about half health. That's an opportunity to get a couple Star Surges, a couple of dots in there. That could be huge. Could be massive. Fear to follow, unless you have a double bolt. Maybe he does. One bolt. Mortal Coil. Another bolt. Another bolt. Hold on. Second bolt. Does roar. Third bolt. Oh, the bolts are eating the druid away though. Does Barskin count up a little bit of healing. Heart of the not Heart of the Wild. Friends of Regen was huge for that. And Kobe just looking for a bit of that healing. Is your pet dead? No, it's still alive. I think it was dots eventually would die, right? Yeah, definitely got to keep that thing dotted at all times. Got himself a bit of damage with some pets. Reflector for Cobra. Cobra Druid just got to chill here for a second, man. Just gotta chill for a moment. Mortal Coil is not available. Root Silence is massive. Try to see if you can make the Star Surges work. Warlock has to back up, chomping down on it. Mortal Coil in like 8 seconds, but Druidy's under a ton of pressure. Shadow burns are gonna be kind of painful here, aren't they? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mortal Coil does knock him. You follow up with something? Fear. Double bolt. If you double bolt to right down Shadow Fury. Woo! Just a single bolt doesn't work though. Ruination. I think it's over. You just live Ruination, apparently. What? I think you're just dead either way. Convoke? Hold on. Oh, Infernal around the corner. Literally using just to stop the Convoke. No way. Roar for a second. Quick clone, but I think you're just dead. Barely alive. There's an imp attacking you too. Succubus stops the pets from attacking you for a second. You just need one more cast, so Incinerate will do it. Cobra claiming that kill. Cannibalize right after. So far, Cobra I think got 2, right? He got Drudy and he got the Monk, right? Pretty sure. Mies is going to be up next, though. Try to see if you can put him down. Immediately getting the abilities reflect back to him, though. Mortal Coil does not connect. What happened? What the hell happened there? Mortal Coil just didn't even touch him. Did he like hit the image by accident? I think he might have hit an image instead. Mies does get CC'd. Cobra did have to pop Wall and Dark Pact in order to live this. Ice Block immediately breaks out of it. Cast locked, and that's going to be Fear. Bolt to follow. Mies could be under a ton of pressure. Bolt does eat away a chunk of his health bar. Is going to reposition back in front of Cobra just to keep the pressure rolling in with instants. Whatever he's got going on for him. First aid for Cobra, immediately looking for the recovery, and actually right on the tip of a blizzard. Not enough to break it. Looking for a stun around the corner. Breath to follow. Trying to go for a kick. Does not connect. And Cobra is in a decent spot right now. Might be able to make something work. That is a lot of instances for Mies though. Ton of them. Reflect up. Mortal Coil does get your Soulfire. I don't think it connected actually. I don't think it actually left his fingers. But Cobra might be dead. Hold on. Might be in a lot of trouble. No more Warlock Hellstone. Needs another one. Definitely needs a Warlock Hellstone whenever possible. I don't know if you can go for Succubus CC. Needs something. Oh, the procs out for Mies are enough to take him down. He held on strong. He held on valiantly. But still, Team 1 needs to get a little more work done so my man Caligorn can actually get a chance to play. Come on, boys. Gotta make it happen. Mies and Jayhawk, man. A bit of a Frost Mage off here at the 7-8 minute mark almost. 38% dampening. Throwing down a Frozen Orb. Immediately Blizzard on the other side. Slowing down Mies. Looking for the Blink. Looking for the Breath. Poly right after. Mies almost had a global there for a quick breath. Something broke the breath though. Blocking this go completely. Jay's already prepped with an Ultra, man. He's ready. He's going for it. He's prepped for it. That is kind of crazy. Got himself a Shatter with a Ray of Frost, doing a decent bit of damage to Mies. Still wants to see if he can get himself a line of sight. Does go for a quick breath. Interrupt onto Mies, however. Those a trinket out for Jayhawk. Mies super low. Just needs another setup. One more Common Store with maybe a Root or something would be golden. That's all he needs. Just a Root with a Common Storm and you'll be fine. That or a Flurry, slow down and you'll be good. He's right next to you. Invis. Try to see if he can reposition. Poly right after. Mies. I don't really know what you can do here. Technically, Jay no longer has a trinket, but he can always blink a stun. Ray of Frost is going to break his Poly. That Frozen Bomb is going to slow him down at the very least. Unless you can freeze him here. That's going to be tough. Does get a flurry. You don't need more damage to follow up, though. Because Jay, all he needs is like just a slight little setup. Just a flurry. Try to go for the void operation to avoid him. Go for as much range damage as you can. Trying to get a Frost Bomb set up. That is going to get interrupted. Ray of Frost, unless you have a kick for it, you might be done for the count, though. Does not have a kick. Almost died to the Ray. Jay just needs a slight little setup there himself, too. Ult the time up for Mies. Wait, Jay's lagging a little bit. Wait, hold on a second. Well, this could be really, really dire. This could be really bad. Shifted power. Oh, Lances. The shields are keeping him alive with those Lances, but does take him to the end. Holy, Caligorn is up next. Oh, dude. The Bakar looks good. I actually am thinking I should buy it now. That actually looks solid. I actually like the way it moves. I never really get to... You know what? Even Tywin, he has a completely different animation, dude. Clifford has a little, like... He does a little trot. He doesn't actually run like a Bakar. So this is the first pet we actually have that runs like a proper Bakar. You know what I mean? It looks good. Blaze Storm out for Caligorn. Doesn't end up using a charge stun. Jay does go for the blink. So as soon as you see a blink out of him, definitely use a stun. Still playing the Colossus. Is there opportunity for Warriors to play Slayer, like Arms? I don't know if Fury sometimes plays Slayer. But like, is there opportunity for Arms to ever play in PvP? Outside of like group content? There's going to be a stunner to Caligorn. Does have to go for a trinket. Shatter Zone to Jay. Might just be under a ton of pressure and in a ton of trouble. Charge off of the blink. Breath to follow right after. Unless you have a way to reconnect again, that is going to be full shifting power. The mage getting all these cooldowns back up and available. Short stun does go for yet another blink. Leap it away as Cal just trying to see if he can maybe get some survivability. These procs are still flying at him even though he got away from them. And they're still pelting him in the back. That is brutal. Trying to go for first aid. Yo, that procs, man, are massive. Holy. Got himself yet another charge fear. Gotta be a trinket. Trying to go for a stun. Nothing he can do. Demolish gives us some immunity to CC for a second, but that's all he can do. Man. Saya's last one left. Saya, you have 3 to get through. Jay, Ketem, and Plush. Actually, look at Team 1, dude. They actually banded together and really were able to tear Team 2 apart by quite a bit. Look at that, dude. I like that little, like, neck crack that Xander's do. And with this whole trench coat set, it looks great, dude. Yo, I'm excited for the purple bike. Once divisions are out, I'm gonna get the purple bike insta. I'm going for it immediately. You just gotta get a full mask run at the hardest difficulty. No, not a mask run. You have to get parts. That thing is gonna be insane. The mask gives you like a little warm mount. Like a Nazathian thing. Serpent? Or whatever you call it. Shield of Vengeance for Saya. Jay to try to see if he can avoid him. Technically, Jay still got 2 immunities. So if he can somehow get some CDs out of Saya, get a couple of good, solid procs here and there, and avoid the downlight damage as best as possible, either through shields or a good altar, or just keeping him at bay, he might be okay. If we're going to pick up the main dual talent. All good, man. All good. Well, are you going to be around for tomorrow? Because we'll definitely be doing more of these tomorrow, man. And we can get you in for a lot of these. Full meteor slamming down Saya. Immediate immunity, trying to see if he can potentially close the gap with Jay. But as long as Jay can just avoid him, stun, has a blink ready for it. That's going to be a fresh new downlight. Might just want to ice block while high on health, honestly. May not be the worst idea because you are not going to be able to regain a lot of health with the block. So you might as well use it to just stop yourself bleeding. Because downlight bleed is going to be painful. Is there one more? Maybe. Because I am hungry and I'm running off of 2 hours of sleep, so maybe. What time is it? Maybe. That's all I can say. I can't guarantee anything though. Poly out onto Saya. Jay, you just dotted, dude. You're rotten, you're dotting. The cooldown reduction kind of broke too. Unless you go for a block, I think you're just gonna die, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Valorant. By the way, if you're from Vermont, look up Vermont Pepper Project. Good stuff. Just saying. Just saying. Jayhawk, I think, might be down for the count here, man. 69% damp. We hit it again. Oh, man. That is a long game. Yeah, he is down. Ketem and Plus. At this point, I feel like both of you got to just rush in and do the most damage. Pop in immunity immediately and just do the most damage. You ain't healing. You ain't going to be able to play for the long game. You just have to go in and do as much damage as possible. All you can do is just crash through Saya. Does go for the trinket, trying to see if you can get that health bar lower. He does still have lay on hands though if he needs it. Bop was used, bubble is available, and if you can get either one of those things out for Kedem, this could be maybe like a team effort, right? Between Plush and Kedem, maybe they could combine together to make some kind of like a play versus side to topple down one of the best dueling paladins out there. Got himself a full-on wreck around the corner. Does get hit with a sap by Plush. Cheap shot to follow. Should probably get so many defenses, hard to push him. It is very difficult, not gonna lie. It is very, very difficult. The best you can do is like cloak, evasion, to immune the damage and just keep trucking, get something out of him, vanish and come back in, because he's not going to be able to heal too much outside of laying hands, right? Regenerating ain't going to do much. Laying hands is the only thing he's really got, so you got to just push that health. Does go for cheap, probably going to be bubble, trinket into laying hands just so you can get a proper heal. That is some work. Blind, you're dotted by someone, but not by Dawnlight. Maybe catch a reset. He's still got a bubble. That's sap though. Hold on a second. Plush may just have one more in him. All you need is one more big push into that health bar because he can't really heal. Eyes are going to get picked up. All you can do is just one more big push into the health bar with everything you got. Sitting down for as much food as possible. You won't have blades on anything. Stunt, that is brutal. I think it's over for the rogue. But for Kedem, he's just going to rush you in. Yeah, he ain't going to give you a second. He ain't going to give you a moment. There's going to be a freezing trap of the scatter. Biting shot right after. Bubble immediately. Kedem does have a turtle. He is downlighted though, so he's going to take a lot of damage. But he's going to try to see if he can stay mobile while he's got some cooldowns. There's going to be a full stun onto Saya. Hand of Freedom is available, but he ain't going to go behind the pillow. He ain't going to be able to do much for you. Ain't going to do you much good. Volley down. Yeah, he's got himself a proper setup. Just going to do enough damage. That's all you need. Just enough. Broke the Shield of Vengeance. Saya's out in the open. Slow to smithereens. I don't think there's anything Saya can do in this situation. No more lay on hands. Maybe a stun with a Wake of Ashes. But if Kedem keeps him at a distance, yeah, there's nothing. Well done. I think it's over. Regenerating, but look at the recovery. It is nothing. Oh! Knock into a kill shot. Black arrows just brutal. That's so good. Alrighty, boys. I think we'll call it. Because Plush gotta go. So with that, it's going to be one of the group leads bouncing. It is kind of getting late in EU. We're going to do more tomorrow on EU. EU team, same time tomorrow. We're doing more games, okay? NA is a bunch of sleepy boys. We'll let them rest. EU, be back here doing more. Alrighty, boys? Alrighty. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. Super fun hanging out with all of you. These are fun, dude. These are a blast. I really do hope we get like some class tuning, just refreshing things up a little bit. I think Blizzard's gonna probably do less class tuning because it's like, okay, season's starting to get solidified for people that are pushing PvP or PvE, but I think they could do one more little bit of tuning. Zafra Bush will do a leave. Thank you for the night, GG's call, Jody. Yeah, man, we'll do more tomorrow if you want to join us. More than welcome to GG, boys. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Same time. We're gonna start this like at 3 p.m. for me, so we're gonna be doing the early EU duels. The explosive shot disrespect, dude, it is great. It is awesome. Because then you don't have to go over there behind the pillar to find them. Just put them out, knock them out in the open. It is amazing. I love that. That is like, that's some work. That is actually just like putting in the work. Why use many cooldown to get line of sight of Pally when one cooldown do trick? You know what I mean? Just knock him out in the open. I feel like people don't do that enough. It is so good. Jeez, man, top one. It is definitely top one, but we'll do more tomorrow. And hopefully we can get you a couple more games in, yeah? Be here early. Be here early, man. Alrighty, boys. Thank you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow for even more EU duels, yeah? My NA boys. Maybe I'll try doing duels on NA afterwards. For like an hour, 30 minutes. See if we can get a group together, but doubt it. Kedem, more than welcome to join us tomorrow, man. Thank you for popping in. Fantastic play earlier. Definitely going to be on the channel as a highlight, dude. You are the man. Also, have you typed anything in Discord? If you type anything, I can give you a role of champion just to have you there. But it's up to you, man. But it's up to you. If you want to, unless you already have it, it's up to you. Thanks, Dal. Have a good night. You're the best. You're the best, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching the stream. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Alrighty, boys. I'm gonna get some food. Maybe a nap. Peace.